Uh-oh.
Alrighty, welcome everybody to the American Calamity once again. Last we left off, the party was hanging out with the Cult of Tom, and ended up on some psychedelics through the homemade wine that they distributed throughout the party. Came up to fighting a what did we call it? A telegoat? No,
No, it was a Draglagoat.
Yes,
We
yes.
fought a Draglagoat.
Yeah, they fought a Draglagoat. And once the leader of the Cult of Tom, now they're known as that, went down, the rest of the people started chanting and started falling to unconsciousness as the leader kept rising. And eventually the party did find out that the leader was starting to transform. Blue scales started appearing and started shining, and through some brain work they found out that if they just knock her out, the people don't try and revive her, and they chopped its head off, and the dragon's gone, and the curse is lifted on the traveling caravan as well. So that's where we're going to begin. What would everybody like to do?
Wake up.
Well, we're not asleep yet. We haven't stopped yet.
You were heading off to bed.
Heading off to bed.
Yeah, we set up kind of a watch, didn't we?
No, we didn't actually.
No.
But we had a watch prior to that. I'd like to go, and I'm going to go, and even though I'm tired, I'm going to go off out here, create a small bonfire for myself, and I'm going to do some self-reflection and prayer and speak to, and I'm going to do a prayer to Mistra, thanking her for her guidance and what have you.
All right, we will get to that here in just a minute. What's everybody else doing? Everybody's kind of starting to wind down and head back towards their campers. If you wanted to catch anybody beforehand, you guys do have a caravan that they said you can use for the night. The door does lock. Those type of things.
Okay, I'm perching myself on top of the caravan. So, one helping keeping watch and stuff.
I can do first watch.
Magpie, please tell me when you're sleeping, you tuck your head under your arm like Big Bird and go.
No, I just tuck my head.
It's funnier for me. That's you snort.
I fold my wings in like this, and I just tuck my head down. Occasionally look up, maybe to the side, maybe to the other side.
All right, fine. I like my old one.
I think last watch.
Okay, so we got Cinder on last. We got Magpie.
And mid-war because I'm awake anyway. I tell you guys all first watch. I'm gonna stay awake. Well, we are halfway through the night now anyway.
Yeah, I mean you were already halfway through. Yeah, so there's only 2 watches left. So I'll say Morium's on the end of the first watch. Then we've got Magpie, Cinder, and then where does Ankara want to be?
I can take. I'll take first.
Okay, so you'll be with Magpie.
Yeah, and I'll patrol around the camp and stuff like that.
Alrighty, so Morium's going to finish out the very first watch, and then because it's already pretty much over, and then you guys will take the refreshing watches for second and third watch. Technically second and third, but first and second. All right, so.
Oh, geez. Oh,
what?
my.
You good?
My phone was recording everything we were saying into a very long Discord message to my wife.
Send. Explain later. No comment.
No, I can't. I can't. She already looks at me sideways. You know, when the kids get angry and I go into character and start dressing them down.
All
Do
right.
you realize who you're actually talking to?
I'm sure they love it though.
Oh, they do. They absolutely do.
I've done it a few times, and every time I just go, well, it was meant to be. And I just push send, and they make no sense. People usually give me question marks, and because it just, yeah.
I've had it happen a couple of times. So, as everyone beds down and gets their comfortable positions inside the caravan, Moriam, out by the bonfire, what do you say to?
I am imploring with Mistra to that I beseech her. I see the ways of her, and I am making my oath. Even though it's early, I'm making my oath of devotion to her. To her as to grant me the power to be one of her holy champions, and I would gladly give up some of my power to take on yours, to be your champion, and I would gladly give some of the power that I've attained through my own doing to further your cause of righteous behavior, O great goddess of magic.
And as you're sitting there and dwelling on your words and thinking about the events that's happened from falling into this world and meeting this great magician and seeing what this world has to offer, you hear a voice that comes into your head as you hear, "My eyes have been on you. I am with you at all times. For you to devote yourself to me is a great cause. I accept this devotion. Carry me with you into battle on this journey that you are on. I will be with you." And as you kind of look up into the sky, you see a couple of stars in like a 3 shooting star pattern just kind of go across.
Okay. And I'm going to spend the rest of my watch using Firebolt as carefully as I can, and my claws together to etch 3 shooting stars across my normal shield. Nothing special about it, just I'm going to be using it.
All right, go ahead and make a performance check for me just to see how nice this looks. 17. With the 17, it actually looks pretty good. The burn marks from the scorching of the 3 shooting stars, the little, you use the blast just right to where it makes that starburst pattern. Looks really good. And for the rest of the watch, you're looking around and stuff. You do see some people mulling around the camp, just kind of keep an eye out with you. And your watch goes without any issue.
Okay, now a tired turtle is going to go over and follow and wake up in the next watch.
All right, as the tired turtle stumbles into the caravan, it shakes Magpie up, and Ankara and Ankara, as he's kind of stumbling in, you see him tiredly find a spot and pass out.
Yep.
And second watch begins. Perception checks, or if somebody wants to give somebody advantage, however you want to do it.
I'll just do a perception check. I'll take a scout around.
I'll give
Alrighty.
you advantage.
Awesome, thank you. Well, thank goodness for that advantage. 1 second. Ooh, that's no good.
Alrighty, let me. Okay. So on this watch, is there any specific things that you guys would like to be doing? I mean, you're watching, of course, but is there any downtime activities? Yes, Magpie.
I'm going to create a packed weapon with my short bow.
Going to create a packed weapon with your short bow, adding a +1 and all that stuff through your artificer thing?
No, this is through my warlock ability.
Wrong guy.
Oh, wrong guy.
Yeah,
Wrong
as
guy.
an action, you can create a packed weapon in your hand. You choose the form. You are proficient with it as it counts as magical. You can also transform a magic weapon into your packed weapon by performing a special ritual. I've got a short bow +1 that I'm going to perform the ritual to turn into my packed weapon.
All right. Does it say how long that ritual takes?
It does not. It says it's an action.
Okay. All right.
I read it somewhere. It was the same time as, you don't have to be doing anything special, but it's the same time as attunement to a weapon.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Then that's perfectly fine. So Magpie's focusing on his bow and putting out his energies into attuning this to be a packed weapon. Ankara, what would you like to be doing during your watch? Do you have any downtime activities that you'd like to be playing with, working on, learning things?
I'll take a closer look at the outside of the caravans on my way, and I'll just kind of circle the camp, just give it a nice berth, and then go on the inside and check the inside as well around the bonfire, make sure it's lit and all of that. As far as downtime, I would love to sketch out the dragon a little bit.
Okay. All right. Yeah. You walk around looking at the different caravans, seeing the different markings and things. You can tell that the markings that are on there aren't from the cult itself, but of the caravan group. They are traveling druids. It's kind of you're kind of getting those druidic themes from these caravans and the multiple just things that you're seeing. You might see some shells on one of them that may have traveled to the ocean. You may see some that has different grasses and twigs and cherry wood and things like that that may have gone to the forests. And you see some of them that the tires are made of rock and have gone into the mountains, have mountainous flora and fauna that you've seen. And you come up to the dragon and you're looking at it and thing's dead. But you can you prop the head up in a certain way and make it look where you can get the details of it and everything. If you want to go ahead and roll a performance check to see how your artistry is on this particular endeavor. 13. You do a good job of sketching it in your book. You know exactly what it is, but with the head being detached and things, some things are a little amorphous and not exactly anatomically correct. But yeah, you guys are hanging out, working on your bow and stuff, and you might see some people leave one of their caravans and go over to another and talk to that family a little bit, go back to theirs, and people just kind of wandering around trying to pick up the pieces of where their life left before all of this happened. And your watch goes without any issue. You have your bow, you have your sketches, and the next watch comes up with Cinder.
Alrighty.
Go ahead and roll me a perception check, and then if you have any downtime activities that you'd like to work on.
Perception. Not exceptionally perceptive at 9.
Alrighty. Starting off with a 9. Alrighty. Any certain downtime activities that you would like to work
I think
on?
I'm gonna. Well, I'll talk to the previous watch and find out if there was anything of note, which would appear that there was not, and then talk to anybody else that happens to be maybe awake. Just kind of make conversation. Um, Ask about how long they've been together as a troop. Maybe get some background information on the the Tom Guild.
Alrighty. As you're walking around and you're seeing, for the most part at this point, a lot of people have gone off into their own separate caravans. You do see some of the caravan's guards that are still out wandering around and stuff, and they notice you and give you a wave, and um, you can tell that this caravan has some money, or at least had some money beforehand, and possibly still has some now, because they have guards that travel with them, and it's a merchant caravan, paid guards and things. You do see one of the uh, one of the ladies come out, sweetgrass. Wow, um, or formerly known as sweetgrass, come out, and she just kind of comes and sits by the fire, just kind of looking into it, looking lost.
Go talk to her.
All right. So you walk up over to her. She just kind of looks up at you and goes, "Oh, hey. Um, yeah, I don't really know what to do now. I was kind of fairly new to the caravan to begin with, and then everything happened, and this lady came. She looked like she was any of us, and we slowly started changing. I noticed people changing and noticed that I didn't know if this was really the life for me. I I've kind of traveled my whole life from port to port and stuff whenever I was younger, and I just figured, I could come out here, got a good herbal knowledge of things, and see what it takes me. But I just don't know what the future holds, and that's scary.
Mhm.
You can tell she's a bit
Get
younger.
that. So I
Um,
ask her name.
oh, my name's Anna.
Well,
Um,
it's a pleasure to meet you, Anna. I'm Cinder.
oh, well, nice to meet you as well, Cinder. I feel like we've talked quite a bit before, but uh, everything's still kind of hazy. It was kind of like we were under some type of spell or mesmerized. I don't know. I don't know what it would be. I just,
I just explained to her that, I understand that everyone there has been through a lot.
like, yeah, I mean, some of the others more than me, I'm guessing, but I don't know if I even fit in here. I mean, I like it. I like traveling. I like seeing the countrysides and the different areas and meeting new people and things, but I just don't know if maybe I should just go back home and open up a shop just like everyone else does.
Well, it's certainly an option. I mean, it all depends on what your heart is telling you. I think when our ragtag group came together, it was, sort of all on happenstance. So we came together very quickly and learned how to work together to get through our challenges. But here we are,
You guys do
making
seem
our
to work pretty well together. And
we
I mean,
do. We do. We all have an incredible amount of strengths.
not as strong as you guys. I don't know. I don't know. It's just a confusing time now because this is what I always wanted to do. This is how I always wanted to live. I wanted to see things.
Sure.
I don't know. Maybe I'll talk to some of the others and see if we're even still going to be doing this anymore.
Well, maybe you can join us for breakfast in the morning and you can talk to us, and learn a little bit about what we've been doing and see if that's something that you would be interested in.
Well, thanks for the talk. I really appreciate it. Gives me things to think about besides my entire world being turned upside down.
For sure.
And
I'm
she,
going to keep her on at the back of my mind. And maybe introduce her to the group to see if, do we want any companions with us?
she gets up and she kind of leans down and grabs some of the grass off the ground and puts it in her pocket and heads back off to her caravan. And the rest of your watch goes without anything crazy happening. You see some people here and there and passing highs, and they come out and throw some wood on the fire and go back to bed, and kind of keeping the camp running. And the morning comes.
Excellent.
Morium, as morning comes to you, you wake up and you definitely feel different. You feel like something may have happened, and actually happened whenever you reached out to the god. You feel a little bit more, what's the word for it? A little bit more insightful into what you actually did. You feel that you feel a little bit more powerful, but in a different way. Um, and you feel that that power comes from somewhere beyond this earth. But yeah, everybody wakes up and you guys all, morning is yours.
Take off for my first customary patrol flight of the morning.
Go ahead and roll perception.
I'm going to tell the group about Anna and let them know that I invited her to join us for breakfast.
Okay.
This is wonderful. What are we having? Sweet or savory for breakfast?
Well, that's a good question. Let me see what's on the menu.
Oh, okay. Then I'll keep the hand pies. They're fine. And Gara.
Now, did we get a long rest?
Yes, you do get a long rest.
Excellent. That's
I
even better.
noticed you only have but one dagger. Is this true?
Yes.
Would you like to use one of mine, or two, or three, or six?
6.
I keep them under the shelf.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's why they're hidden. Oh, okay. It must get uncomfortable in there, though. Or do you take them out first?
No, I don't spend a lot of time in the shelf.
Fair.
It's dirty in there. I'm just kidding. It's my own. It's me. But no, I noticed you playing with it, and you weren't juggling them. A performer like yourself would juggle them like this. And I'm going to try and whip out 4, maybe 5 daggers and start throwing up in the air.
All right, you whip out 4 or 5 daggers, start throwing them up in the air, and some of the other people are kind of watching and vibing with it. And let's see, yeah, you toss one over here that should be out of reach, but your arm just reaches out and catches it right on cue, and you just keep on going. And if this is a path that you would like to start taking on Kara, this is something that you guys could work on, downtime and things like that, to possibly get better at handling of knives and juggling, and something else you could add to your act.
Absolutely correct. I want to do that. And if I could borrow a couple of daggers, that would be fantastic, Maureen.
Okay, which ones? Just tell me which one.
Pick your least favorites.
Oh, they're all favorites. Here, I had one.
All right.
And 3, you said? Here. Oh, this is easy now. Okay. Which one you want?
The left. I
Left? Tell
up,
me.
down. It's moving too fast.
Up, and which one? Okay, top now? Top
Yes.
now? Okay, and there you go.
Yep. And as the last one comes to fall down, you just kind of open up a one of your bags, and it just shoots right into the bag of holding.
Nice.
And yes, so you have 3 daggers that you can add to your inventory, and through work with Morium over time, you could get good at juggling daggers and learn more about knife handling.
Excellent. Thank you.
Just let me know when you guys want to do that, and we can do that. All right, so you guys are doing that. Magpie, with your early morning flight, 13, looking across the desert, actually looks like a pretty nice day for travel. Doesn't seem to be any storms kicking up or anything like that. You guys, all's good.
I will come back and relay the information to Cinder.
Excellent. Looks
and
like a good day to travel.
And about that time, you see Anna coming over from another group, and she comes over to you, Cinder, and whoever else is over there. And she's like, did you say something about breakfast?
I certainly did. I'm gonna cook some treats and special food. So for my treats, I'm gonna make 3 bramble dust puff tarts.
Ooh.
For breakfast, raspberry flavor.
Ooh.
Just with something I think I found, kicking around.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to give one to Morium. I'm going to give one to Magpie and one to Ankara. And you can gain 3 temporary hit points for those.
Yep, you don't have to eat them now, but you can.
Yeah, you don't have to eat them now. You can tuck them away for later. They store well. The
In the pie hole.
The frosting is dry, but
And
and then
best,
for the special
best
food,
and fresh.
I'm gonna throw together a bramble dust breakfast burrito. A little on the spicier side, considering
I'll take
what's
afterburners.
Yes, especially considering the night we had. I put a little extra cayenne and paprika in there, and a little dash of hot sauce.
Coffee.
Right.
And you want to have coffee.
Yeah, as you're starting to create this and stuff, Anna comes over and she's like, "Oh, I can help with this," and she starts working with some of your dough and stuff, making it all good. And she's like, "Oh, well, if you add a little bit of this," and she reaches into a pouch and puts a little bit of seasoning here and a little bit here, and she's like, "Oh, I've never seen it done like that in a tortilla." And you know what? Give me 1 minute. And she runs back to the back and runs back into her cabin and comes out, and she has some fresh corn tortillas that
Ooh.
that she's made. And she's like, "I know it's not much, but I figured I could help a little bit." And so you have corn flour tortillas with all the fixings you could possibly need to put into whatever type of burrito you want. A couple of the other people come around and bring some meats and things that they have, and kind of turns into a huge community feast. You see a couple of the guards over by the dragon, like cutting off pieces of meat off of the dragon, and they're like, "I've never had dragon before. Anybody want to try it?"
Tastes like
Good.
turkey.
Let's do it.
And they're cooking it on the fire and stuff, and
You
so
cook
you
it long
have
enough, it's edible.
after they get it and they kind of tenderize it and stuff, because dragon's tough. And
So this is what dragon tastes like.
I'm
Yeah.
going to try and get a claw.
You're gonna grab a claw?
I'm gonna grab
Easy
a
enough
claw.
to do.
Nothing. It's really nothing that a little lochuha sauce won't fix.
Oh yeah, gotta have some of that on you. And yeah, so you guys have dragon breakfast burritos, extra spicy.
Excellent.
extra dragon's breath. Um,
And
and
I'm going to introduce Anna to the group.
oh well, it's nice to meet all of you. My name is Anna. I was the one who has all the herbs and spices and stuff. Yeah, it's really nice to meet you guys. Thank you so much for everything that you've done. I'm kind of
So
don't
as
know what's
far
next.
as, well, there is the matter of that we did kill the dragon.
Yes, and there's no way we could have done that.
Mariam, did we resolve any financial things?
That would have to be taken up with who you got things done by. I know for me, I do have a little bit of gold, just kind of what you gave me. I just started out with this caravan whenever things went sideways.
Mm.
I can reimburse you if you'd like.
Best for Cinder to decide.
I know Timothy, I think was his name, was the one that you guys had some enchanting stuff done with. He might be able to work out something with that.
Dragon is worth a lot to leave behind, Cinder.
And yeah, I mean, the dragon, if you want anything off of it, you're more than welcome. I'm sure some of the people here would like at least a couple of scales and things, but just memorabilia is.
What do you think, guys? What do you want to do?
I'm going to whisper in the back of my mind, asking Loki if there is anything I should take off of the dragon.
As you whisper, where's the dice I'm looking for? There it is. As you whisper, you don't really hear anything. This is gonna be you don't feel the presence of him either way.
Fascinating.
Maybe it means that he doesn't really care if you take anything. Maybe it's kind of like, I don't know, whatever you want to do type of thing. Doesn't bother him either way type of situation. Or it could just mean that he's busy and
F right off. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, he is a
He
god.
does work in mysterious ways.
Yeah.
I'm probably not interested in bartering, whatever. We'll scout ahead.
Maybe we take a memorabilia or two as well, and make it at rest. And I don't mind leaving it to the caravan to scavenge and get their money's worth off of it. I'm sure that they'll reach civilization for selling what goods could come off of it if they wanted.
I'm not a spiritual person per se, but maybe we should do something for the group for some closure. Perhaps Moriam has a prayer or something. Been deep in thought.
Dragons are a-holes. Why waste the breath? They wouldn't waste it for you.
This is true.
About that time, you do see Timothy come by with your magical weapons and some of the stuff the things that you haven't picked up yet. Comes by and he's like, here, I got these finished up last night. I worked all night for it, but yeah, here's your items, and here, go ahead and take here's 100 gold back. I had to use some of it in the enchanting process, but that's what I have left off of it. Don't worry about me. I've got plenty, and plus, dragon scales. Can't find anything better, any better reagents than a dragon scale. Don't see these that often.
Can I ask for one small dragon scale, please?
Oh, by all means. Yeah, take one. You guys are the ones who helped us out of this, so take a scale, take a horn, take teeth. I wouldn't suggest taking the wings. They're heavy and kind of burdensome. But You could, if you have an
I
idea, you could make those into something.
already have my own.
It'd be like a patch. We could make like a cape with a patch on it.
There are
Cape
things
with-
that it's up to your
Cape
imagination.
way. Maybe a pin.
Indeed.
A hat, a brooch.
Brooch, yeah.
You do see one
I
of
would
the.
like to take
Go ahead.
I would like to take a small dragon scale as well. I see Magpie doing that, and I think perhaps that's a good idea.
All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and roll. All right, so in total, for whoever wants to take one or whatever, everybody can at least take one, and then on top of that, there's another 8 dragon scales that the caravan is. It's not the caravan's not worried about or taking or whatever. Like there's.
Is there a jeweler that I can have fashion mine into a pin?
Easy enough done. One of the people takes it and puts a thing on the back of it and goes, "Here you go." I would say be careful with it. They are expensive, and going into very populated areas and people seeing that on you could turn into something. But the glue that I used, it's a ever adhesive glue. It will not come off. That thing is permanently a pin.
I use it as a brooch for my cloak of shadows.
All right. Ankara, anything that you wanna?
If I have a bottle or something, I'd like to scrape some shavings of a dragon scale into the bottle and keep that as like a memento alongside the dragon scale. But otherwise, that's all I do.
Easy enough to do. You see plenty of them where people have taken the scales off, and there's remnants of it, and it's easy enough to scrape off. When you do scrape across it, you do see an arc on your blade. There's still some energy in this dragon. It's dead. It's completely dead, but it's still.
I'll use Mage Hand to open its eyes.
As you open its eye, the eyeball turns and looks directly at you. But what you didn't realize is that it was actually tilted in a certain way that its eyes just kind of fell that way whenever you open the eyelids.
Magpie needs to use little magpie room. Be right.
Morium, you're muted.
I think he's adding money to the swear jar.
Yep, I was. No wonder you didn't hear me when I said what I was going to say. I would like to the Tom guy that does the armor that they were asking for earlier.
Yes, Timothy.
Timothy? What would you charge Timothy to take a few scales? Wouldn't take many to fashion a breastplate and backplate for little tiny Cinder over here.
That could definitely be something to do. It wouldn't be too much. Be kind of a, I don't know, how would you do that? Kind of like chain
you
mail.
Have to break it up
and
slightly. You overlap it like a scale mail, but it is made of blue dragon scales.
Yeah, that would be. I don't think I've ever worked on anything like that. I might have to get a couple of the other people on this, but we could definitely get that fixed. It shouldn't take too long at all. It's a little bit of drilling here. Yeah, we could.
Maybe for Cinder and as a parting gift for keeping you all alive. Just saying.
We could work on something like that. Plus, that would give us another use for the scales that we've already collected.
Selling the armor would be worth something for sure.
Yeah.
I would make human and not little cute rabbit scale armor, because cute rabbit scale armor, albeit cute, is only good for maybe your dog.
And I think blue is so good for my complexion.
And especially creepy if made out of rabbit.
One of the other guys comes over with what did we end up naming it? Oh, I'm on Morium, so that's why I can't see it. What did we end up naming your cat?
Oh,
Good question.
I can't
you
forget
named
now.
that.
Was it Mischief?
I'm looking.
Mischief.
Looking.
It was Mischief.
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 That's correct.
Okay. He comes by with Mischief and has some armor, leather working harness type of situation on it, and he says, "I tried my best. It's a little unruly, but it should get the job done." And that gave Mischief a +2 to its armor class, I believe. I think that's what I ended up adding.
Nice.
You
Actually,
need to
yes.
ask Mischief if it would be okay for you to get on her back. Behind the tentacles? Because you are small enough to ride Mischief in the battle, if need be. The heck with Warhorse. You have War Kitten. Much tougher.
Even better.
With armor. An armored War Kitten. He's better than not War Kitten.
Yes, that would be what it is.
So it's +2 to armor?
Yes, I already changed it to it now
Okay.
has a 15 AC.
Nice.
And as you go to ask the cat if you could write it and stuff, it's kind of shied away a little bit. It's something that could possibly happen. You're just gonna have to work with it.
Okay.
Something that might take a little bit of time to be able to get to that point. She was
Is
kind of
there any
forgot
way
about.
that I could get some? Yeah, she was. Is there
She's been
any
on
way
her
that I
own.
could get some dragon meat?
Dragon meat? Yeah, you can go ahead and take some dragon meat. You can just add,
Okay.
I don't know, 8
I was
pieces of
thinking
dragon
maybe,
meat.
sure, 8 pieces of dragon meat.
I'll put them in the bag of holding so they keep.
The
I think
refrigerated bag of holding.
maybe what I'll do, while dragon scale armor is being crafted and whatnot, perhaps I will take the dragon meat and cut it up into small bits and season it for the kitten, to use in training.
Okay, definitely, definitely something you can do. You take one of the pieces of meat, and these are pretty healthy chunks of, like, pretty good sized chunks of meat that you have, and you make 19 training treats. Go ahead and roll
19
a
treats.
performance for me as you're creating them.
Oh. Roll high. Oh no. That's a 0.
You rolled a 0. Okay.
I rolled a 0.
You made basic training treats.
Okay.
19 basic training treats. They're good. Could be better.
It's dragon meat.
It's
hard to work
dragon meat. It's a new material that you've never, especially not the human side of you, has ever seen, much less the rabbit side.
with. Exactly.
And is there anything else that anybody's wanting to do for as she's making her kibble and people are scavenging a dragon?
Just play away and kind of let the air be nice and light and festive.
Okay, you're playing some music and stuff, and everybody's kind of mulling about. And honestly, the camp seems pretty okay. Anna's kind of still sitting over there by herself. She's just kind of, you can tell she's deep in thought. She's contemplating a lot. And Seamus is standing over the dragon, standing on the head of the dragon, just trying to strike a pose. But yeah, everybody seems to be doing pretty good, and even Anna's kind of, you see her toes tapping a little bit. She's getting into the spirit of what's going on around her. A little bit of time goes by. Everybody's kind of walking around, getting all their things together, and Anna comes over to you guys as you're all just kind of sitting there in a group and playing with Kibble and the cat and playing with whatever instruments you may have on you and knives and bows, and Magpie's over there just restringing his bow again, making sure it's nice and tight and ready for battle. And she comes over and she's like, I'm conflicted. I don't know what I should do. The caravan seems nice. Everybody here seems really nice.
Yes, Magpie, you are.
You guys seem so strong and so. Seems like you have everything together. Seems like you know exactly what you're doing at all times. And whenever battle happened, you guys were right on top of it. You didn't think twice. You were just. I don't know. You're inspiring to me. And I don't know. Maybe I look up to you guys. You're
not easy. This life is no.
I'm sure.
It is a lot of winging it, as it would be.
She kind of chuckles and looks over at the dragon as some of the wings are being taken off of the dragon.
Magpie goes where winds carry Magpie. Some people know where the winds go. Some people know how to measure the winds and how to use them to their advantage. But see, Magpie, he likes to just let the wind carry him. Maybe you too should let the wind carry you and see where it takes you.
That's good advice. I don't know. I don't know if adventuring is for me. I'm more of an herbalist. I can make potions and things, and I can point out the difference between this grass and that grass, and tell you all the different types of cactuses that are around here. But brandishing a weapon, I've never done before.
Who said anything about brandishing a weapon? Many uses for good herbalists, yes.
I mean, yeah, everybody does get hurt sometimes.
Can you drive a horse?
I mean, I've driven this carriage all over the place.
That's one way to stay on the road with people who may need an herbalist or a guide. Possibly us. Just, always a use for a good herbalist, like Magpie said.
Yeah. I have been working on a couple of things. I don't really know what they do yet. I haven't tried them. But I do have a couple of these potions that I've been working on. This one is supposed to give you water breathing. We haven't been around water, so I haven't been able to try it out. And these two are supposed to make you a little bit healthier. I'm not sure the potency. I've been working on it. I know that it's not going to kill you. It will heal you, but I'm not sure exactly how much. I'm working with new materials. I'm not in my home playing field.
I would be happy to purchase them off of you to,
no,
so you can pay for other herbs and grow your potions.
No. You wouldn't have to purchase them. If you're interested, you can take them with you. Maybe they'll help you on your travels.
I'd be more than happy.
And you can add a potion of water breathing and 2 greater healing potions to your inventory. You being an adventurer, and once you get them in your possession and you're putting them away and things, you're looking and you get a little taste and you're like, these are a little bit more potent than just a regular healing potion.
I'll relay this to the group. Seems like this herbalist really knows what she's doing with these herbs, guys.
And about that time, you see Timothy and a couple of the other guys coming around one of the things with 2 things of scale mail made of blue dragon skin, dragon scales. Let me look and see which one it was. It was armor of lightning resistance scale mail.
If you go to blue dragon scale armor.
Oh, there is blue dragon scale armor?
It exists, yeah. And it has all that written up.
Oh.
It's only
I didn't see that down there.
Yeah.
1 bonus to AC. Yep. Dragon scale mail blue. I didn't see that down there. I was just looking through and I was like, lightning.
I knew of it. I know it's there somewhere. So I knew of it.
Yeah. So yeah, the 2. I'm pretty sure it was Cinder and Ankara.
Yes.
Dragon scale mail blue. You can add that to your character sheet.
Me? I thought it was just Cinder.
No, both. Oh,
Thank
crap.
you.
Yeah, I only used about the same amount as a normal 1 set of armor, so I figure might as well make both. Now, if you were an ogre, or a giant, or a Goliath, that takes some scales. And you see one of the ladies come around from one of them, and she has this cloak in her hands. And she comes over and she's looking through, just kind of looking over all of you. And okay, so that doesn't work. There's not a cloak of that. We can make one. Why is there only a cloak of, like a regular cloak of protection? There's not a cloak of protection plus anything.
And God, I didn't realize you could not wear it for armor. I'm sorry.
I was just about to whisper in your ear, Mariam. I cannot use.
Yeah, okay.
It's worth a lot of money still.
Okay. I could
Put it in the bag of holding.
I could wear it myself, but
wear it then.
I guess I can put it under the robes. Okay, I'll do that.
As you go to put it on, it actually kind of fits because she's a lot bigger. She's bigger than you are, but you do have a big shell. So
Big bump in the back.
Yeah, so it does kind of go on. It's a little bit tight in some places, but it works. It'll work.
Okay.
But she comes by and she places this down in front of you guys. It's a cloak made of the wing of the dragon. She's like, this is a protection cloak. It should give you more protection than just a standard cloak. Out of character, it would be a cloak of protection +2. But there is no +2 to cloak of protection, so I'll have to make one.
That's bad.
What's bad?
Well, I want one.
Well, she didn't give it to a certain person. She's just like, I don't know who this would be best for, but
just one. Okay.
Yeah, there is just one. She said the rest of the wing wasn't really salvageable in this way. We'll use it in other ways, but you guys did do a lot for us, and we have our lives back. We can go where we want to now. We can get out of this desert.
So Cinder, I don't think Cinder can wear the dragon scale either.
You should be able to.
She can only wear light armor, medium armor, and shields. Is it medium armor?
Medium
It's
armor.
medium.
Yeah, it's a medium.
Oh, okay, perfect. Thanks, guys.
They said we got to keep some of it for ourselves, but we wanted to do something nice for you. You guys gave us our lives back. I think we might head up north.
Oh.
We've been in this hot desert for a while. It'd be nice to have a change of scenery and temperature.
Hmm.
Heading north would coincide with one of our missions.
No, we are going to the Roswell.
Hmm.
Eventually, we're headed north, but not now. No?
Maybe, I don't know. I heard your little speech about the way the wind blows. Maybe the wind will blow us in the same direction again sometime.
Could be.
Maybe we'll cross paths one other day.
Yeah. Hopefully not under the same circumstances.
Hopefully.
But we have a little bit more knowledge about things now, so we can take that forward with us.
Is Anna going to be joining us, or
she kind of leaves that up. She's like, I mean, if you want me to, I can.
well, we can take her as far as Roswell. I mean, what do you think, guys? Give her a chance, see if she likes the open road.
Oh, never mind, Magpie.
I say absolutely she can come along and help us, decipher flora until we get to Roswell. And then she can choose to stay there or find a way up north. I mean, we can help fund that too, I'm sure.
I mean, I'm down for that. That'd be fun. Change of pace. Give me some time to think about things. I mean, maybe this is where I belong, but you don't know until you leave.
Very true.
So
You're more than welcome along us.
If adventure not for you, then we go north and return you to your caravan.
that's fair enough. And I mean, I do have a nice little caravan over here that we could all hang out in and stuff, and it's got a small little kitchen and stuff in it. Not much, just enough to make some small things. It'd give you guys a little bit of shelter to the storms and things that happen.
It would be much appreciated.
Has nice perch on top.
Yeah. You look up and it's actually got a couple of bars up there that you could perch on. You can tell they're structural, but it would work. So, you guys have a new friend in Anna, a new ally in Anna. Now she is a commoner, but
she's squishy.
yes, but she does know quite a bit about herbs and spices and all sorts of stuff. You can learn all sorts of things from her. She also seems to kind of have a good perception of the lay of the land.
Excellent.
I'll take note
Welcome
from
aboard,
her.
Anna.
Yeah.
And the everything kind of comes to a close. Everybody's kind of packing their stuff up in their wagons and getting ready to head out. And they're like, "Well, maybe we'll meet again sometime. But for now, I think it's best we get away from this carcass before something bigger comes." And they all start heading off towards the north. And Anna's there with you guys, and she's like, "All right, so where are we going?"
To Roswell.
"Oh yeah, we just came from that way. I can get you guys there.
Perfect.
Hop in."
Lead the way. Okay.
And
What can you tell us about Roswell?
well, everybody said it was a really scary place, but I kind of had a good time there. people are kind of nice, weird, but nice. Not like you guys, weird, but different type of weird.
We have a type.
Yeah, you're the nice, cute, cuddly type. These are more rough and scaly type.
Mm.
Like, I don't think I'd give them a
My
hug.
eyes gone soft.
No, magpie not soft. Cinder is soft. You're feathery. Duh.
Also soft.
Feathers are soft in sorts.
Only under his underarms where he had little tiny furs, a little white ones. He doesn't know they're there. Don't tell me he got white fur.
And
It means he's getting old.
under the chin too.
Oh. Hey, magpie, come down here. I want to pet under your chin.
Fighting words.
Oh no! I just
I'm
want to give you a
staying
little
way out
chin
of
flick.
this.
And Seamus climbs up into the back of the wagon and he passes out.
I'd be worried if you knew how to use that thing, magpie. And I'm not.
Don't want to get on the other side of a boat,
pretty.
though.
It's pretty though. I like your daggers. They are all very very nice. In fact, you have some very very ones that the two that had the jewels encrusted in the pommel. You picked them up in one of the tomb there. Very nice. I'm glad you called them shinies, but yeah, they're nice.
You may live.
For what? Okay,
Nah.
thank you. Sorry. Thank you. I appreciate one more day here. That's good.
And with the crack of the reins, the cart starts going.
I'll ask you again tomorrow. Okay.
And so you guys are going to be traveling along for a little bit. I'll have somebody roll a d20. Let's go with Morium. Roll a d20 with advantage since you have an Outlander with you
Great. I don't know
that knows where she's going.
Let's roll two.
Yeah.
Oof.
Oh, a 9 and a 7. So a 9.
Together there's 15.
Whew, okay. I rolled double twos.
Oh, good. That's good. In February. Great.
Yeah, in February. No. You guys travel along for a little ways, and everything seems to be going along. She's talking, Anna is talking a lot about all kinds of things. Some may be interesting, some may be not. Spices and herbs and wildlife that she's seen along the path, and just adventures.
Patrol.
Magpie goes on flight patrol, and she talks
I'm
about.
taking notes.
You're taking notes. You hear about snakes and snake people, and you hear about mer people, and you hear about some crazy things down in the Feywild in Florida, and you hear about different races, dragon types of people, and all sorts of different things. She starts going, and she's like, "Oh, there was a rest stop over here, not too far. Would make a great place for the night. What do you guys think? You guys rough it a little bit more than I do."
If there's a good place to make camp, then I'll take the advice. You've been here before, I have not.
All right.
Are we anywhere near it that I can see it from the air?
From the air, you do see a couple of palm trees and a small watering hole.
So I'll take notes.
I'll fly over and loiter over the area to see if there's any critters near the watering hole.
Okay. And Cinder?
I'm gonna take notes about the cooking and spices that she might be
Oh yeah,
discussing, which I
she
think is a
tells you
good
all
idea.
about tarragon and coriander and chili powders and how to make a spicier chili powder and all sorts of different interesting bits and baubles of spices. And she's like, I can show you how to make some of these spices and turn these into other things and stuff.
Now, can
Something
I
that
roll an insight on the rest stop suggestion? Because I've never, I don't think we've ever stayed at a rest stop per se as a group, and
Yeah.
I just have some uneasy feelings about that.
Yeah, sure.
Ooh, 23.
23. Though you may have not heard of a rest stop per se, but you have heard, you do know that people make camps in different places, and that that if she's calling it this, it must be a place that people make camps quite often. No uneasy feelings about any craziness. She's stayed there before, so.
Okay. Sounds good.
Magpie,
What do you think, guys?
go ahead and roll a perception check for me, and Morium.
Oh, okay.
Whatever you want to do during this time.
Oh, this time? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
as everybody's
We'll make
discussing
camp.
plans and things.
Yeah, we're making camp here, so I'm gonna get my stuff out and start have a little bite to eat, like usual.
Alrighty, with a 9. Looking around, this is what you see. A nice little sinkhole oasis. Seems to not really fit in here, but you guys are used to seeing things that don't fit in places. Has some nice lush greens. The water's nice. You see fish in the water, so you know that it's not dangerous water in any way. It's not poisoned or anything. There's wildlife living in it.
The shadowed areas, is there anything that I can see as I'm circling around?
Looking in there, you can see the edges of the desert cave that's been created here, that everything's kind of fallen into. And it's pretty much exactly what you see here. You can see the edges, though.
Okay, I'm going to fly back and describe this to Anna and Cinder.
All right. You fly back over there and describe everything. And Anna's like, yep, sounds about right. That's where we stayed. We stayed underneath one of the rock overhangs. That way we had a little bit more shelter from the storms and whatever may happen. And it's a nice little area where there's a little bit of greenery, something other than a cactus. It's kind of nice.
What do you think, Magpie? Do you think it looks good?
I would make sure we post double watches, but yes.
Indeed.
All right. Well, she
I'm
turns.
comfortable with it.
All right. Well, she turns the carriage over to the side a little bit and kind of veers off to the path, or lack of path, towards where you saw everything. And you guys are coming up on it from this direction.
Okay.
I know you have an updated Morium token, but and Anna. And Anna.
I should have asked before. I'm assuming Anna is humanoid.
Yes, she's a human.
They all were. They were all humans.
Yeah, she pulls you guys over here, and she's like, "Well, this is the spot. We didn't have any troubles or anything while we stayed here, but it was a nice little oasis, a little something out of the norm."
Rule 1 of adventuring. Always expect trouble.
I was about to say, upon seeing the pillars, can I do an insight check on this little oasis? I just get a bad vibe.
I would say you could do a history or religion check on the
Okay.
inscriptions on the pillars.
I'll look with you.
Kind of getting a bad vibe from that new icon up there.
That's the carriage.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was about to say. Is that's the carriage.
You said history or religion?
Yes.
Okay, I'll do history with advantage.
Yeah.
Nat 20. Okay.
Nat 20 for a 23. Alrighty. Looking across these pillars, the writing looks a little off to you, but Morium, you kind of look over and you're like, oh, I saw some of this same type of iconography in the temple that we fought in. You see some of the same symbols of birds and Egyptian pharaohs and just different things. Looking around the area, you can tell that this is something that just kind of appeared here. It's not necessarily natural. That this came from somewhere else, but it's here now. But looking over the different symbols and things, you see a snake, you see a person, a human body with the head of a snake, you see a person with a snake tail but the human body. And you see a thing that has multiple, it's one snake with a bunch of heads.
Oh.
6 heads to be exact. Oh, Magpie, got something?
I want to use the Eldritch Invocation Eye of the Runekeeper to see if I can read these hieroglyphs.
Yeah. Okay. You use
Just
use Eye of the Runekeeper, and reading through, you see a story of snakes from the desert that come out and head towards the water. And you see that the watering hole has many animals around it. That it's kind of a culmination of cultures and people and races, is what you glean from the hieroglyphic writing. You do glean that the snake people are a little bit more prevalent, a higher tier of people than the others in these hieroglyphs. But that's kind of the story that unfolds through reading it. Not word for word, but...
And as you were reading it, of course, I was telling this story to the party.
Yeah. Yeah, from the hieroglyphs that are there, the ones that you can read, it seems like everyone came to the water for drink and communion, coming together.
It seems like Anna is right. A friendly place this is. Regardless, Magpie keep watch.
And Magpie will fly over up to here and perch.
All right. Up above there, you have a good view of everything. You can't really see underneath the cave walls, but you know that it just ends in a wall. And that there was nothing in there as you were circling your area.
This gives me the best vantage point is at the top of that pillar or whatever.
You can see that the hill kind of goes down from over here, and that's the entrance. That's the only entrance that you found that you can see that
Magpie will keep watch from up here during the day.
All right. So Magpie's on top of a pillar. What's everybody else doing? Anna's kind of getting horses figured out and stuff.
I will take the first watch with Magpie, and I'll just kind of circle around, catch up with him, see if he's seen anything, and then just continue around, and that'll be my kind of path. I'll go a little bit inwards and see what all of this is all about, but mostly be circling around.
All right.
I'm checking
Morium,
the water.
checking the water. All right.
Yep.
Once you get up to the water and you get some on you and a little taste, it's fresh water. You do see different fish in there. You see a couple of little turtles, a couple of lizards running around, a snake here or there. Nothing too too crazy on a first glance. If you'd like to roll a perception or investigation, see if you glean anything further. 17.
Okay.
As you're looking into the bottom of this pool and kind of watching the fish move around and things, you notice that there's a symbol on the bottom of this, a symbol of a scarab at the bottom of this pool.
Okay.
But other than that, everything seems kosher.
I'm going for a swim.
All right, Morium's going for a dip. As you get in, the waters feel really nice. They feel, you can tell that the desert's done some work on them and kind of like a little hot tub.
Nice.
Cinder?
I'm assuming it's getting close to dark.
Yeah, it's starting to get towards the dusk.
Well, I think it might be a good time to cook some food.
Okay.
For the night and, fill our bellies and maybe work with mischief a little bit.
Alrighty. Go ahead and roll a performance check for the food. Three. All right. You guys are eating some jerky tonight, but it's good jerky. It's not completely burnt, and it tastes pretty good. Now for the mischief, go ahead and roll a animal handling for me.
19.
All right. And what exactly are you working on at this?
I think right now it's going to be something as simple as maybe sit
Sit? Okay.
or come, something like that.
All right. You work with her for a little bit, and she starts getting the hang of it. She's getting the sit. She's getting the come. She's getting she's kind of a little here and there. You can tell she's kind of weaving back and forth as she's coming to you, keeping an eye out on things and being the predator that she is. But she comes over there and sits next to you, and you give her a treat, and she's becoming more commandable. She's a little bit
Awesome.
a little less wild, if that's a word for it. Um, is there anything else that you want to work with her for, or is this what this is what today is?
She's wearing her barding, right?
Yes.
And she seems to be comfortable in it.
Yeah, it seems to move with her as she moves and goes and ducks, and you see her go off into the shadows behind the thing and comes out with a mouse, and she's kind of just, you can tell that she's comfortable in it. It's not
All right.
weighing her any. And then you see her sitting there next to you, but then you see her also over by the water. And you see the one next to the water that's doing pretty much the exact same thing that she is. She's just sitting there, and then she'll get up and it'll get up and move around, and looks exactly the same, farting and everything, exact duplicate.
All right.
She's kind
think
of trading herself as well.
maybe maybe as I see the comfort level that she has with the basic training, maybe we'll step it up to like fetch and see how she handles that.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an animal handling.
Okay. Don't fail me now. 19 again.
All right. She's kind of getting it. The more you do, you kind of start getting the feeling that the more you do in one day, the harder it's going to be for her to learn things all at one time. But she does go get the stick, and she runs over and grabs. The first couple of times you say, "All right, go fetch," and she runs off into the bushes and turns around and comes back to you and just looks at you. You're like, "No, it's over that way," and you can tell that she's just wanting to play at this point, but she's getting there. She's learning a little bit more. Morium,
well, since you did so well, I think I'll just end up playing with her then while supper's cooking.
Playing with her while supper's cooking. Morium, as you're in this water and you swimming around, seeing the fish go by and looking at the bottom of it and the image of the scarab, you remember seeing this iconography on the temple that you were in. And you remember that this is from what's up top and stuff like this. It seems to be from the same era, the same two of the same set.
I look around the scarab and see if it's is it just a stone scarab, or is there entrance or anything like that around there? I'm just going to. I'm looking there for some sort of possibly inside or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, go ahead and roll a investigation for me.
Oh, okay.
14.
We'll take.
All right. As you're investigating it and you're kind of swimming the pattern of it, and you go down underneath and you start feeling it. This is gold. The scarab is all gold. Every bit of it, it's a little tinted here and there. But looking around, you don't see any entrances to anything. But as you're in here, you feel a little bit more rejuvenated. You feel, just as you're in this water and drinking some and stuff, you feel rested.
Okay.
You feel well rested.
Well rested. Okay, that's even better now. So does this thing move at all?
It doesn't really seem to move. It seems like there is some type of aura coming off of it.
Oh, okay.
Into the water. From just an basic arcana knowledge, you can tell that there's some type of magic happening here. But it seems to be in place. It's kind of a solid in there. It is bubbled. The scarab itself is bubbled over.
Okay. Okay.
But it doesn't seem to move or anything.
Okay. So I'll swim back up and make sure that the people up there know what's going on.
All right. He relays that information to everyone.
And I tell them to take a couple more shots of the water. Same feeling?
Yeah. You still feel almost like you've had a long rest.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to then pour out all my water skins, all 3 of them, and fill them full of this water.
Okay. You have 3 skins of oasis water.
Okay.
You're not sure how long that it will last, but you have some. And Cinder gets food done and everything, and Anna gets the the horses and the carriage and everything taken care of, and comes down and joins you guys for dinner. And the night seems to be going pretty good so far. She's like, it's getting a little dark. I think I might head off to bed. We can stay in the carriage, or if you want to make a tent, it's kind of nice out here.
How much
I'd say,
room is in the carriage?
yeah.
In the carriage, since the majority of you are very small, and you guys can all sleep in the carriage perfectly fine. Might have to sleep under the bed or on the floor or something, but there's plenty of places for everybody to sleep. And of course, a magpie on top as the Christmas tree star.
Mhm.
To make him glow.
Or
Well, I
could
can take last watch.
Okay, I'll take first watch.
I'll do the first watch. I've kind of gotten the lay of the land as I circled around the oasis and such.
Yeah, as you guys are looking around, you see some rabbits and things, desert rabbits and foxes come up, and they look at the watering hole, and some of them may go down there and get something to drink and leave, but you just see standard wildlife. So Moriam and Ankara, we got Magpie on mid, and Moriam on last. And didn't you? No, you're on first. Cinder on last. I got that. I have it wrote down Moriam, but for some reason I still said Cinder. All right. And Anna's like, I can stay up and watch if somebody wants me to. Wherever you want me to be. I can't really see well in the dark, but maybe a later watch would be better.
Morning watch.
She can join me if she'd like. We can talk cooking and spices.
Take notes.
Yeah, sounds good. And as you guys are all getting ready for your watches and things, let's go ahead and take a break.
All right.
Oh.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, perfect.
that.
We
We can make
are
a list of them.
back. Nope, wrong one. Map scene. There we go. We are back.
Yeah.
Alrighty, as the group is settling down for the evening, we've got Moriam and Ankara on the first watch. Go ahead and perception, see what's going on.
Ankara, I'm going to look and let her do it, and she can roll with advantage.
Alrighty,
Thank you kindly.
it's been going pretty well so far.
Not
21
bad.
on the first one.
21.
21. Reversing the numbers on us. All right. So you guys are sitting there up by the carriage, up by the precipice, just kind of looking around. You see off in the distance, you see some skittering animals running around. A couple of scorpions walking around. And then you see a bird coming in, flying towards you guys.
I look, is Magpie still there?
Yeah, Magpie's still there.
Oh, crap.
Where's the bird coming from, and what is its general description? I am a bird watching
And size,
loving
possibly.
halfling. Yes, size.
You can tell that this is a pretty decent sized bird. It's coming from
One
the northeastern direction. It's off a little ways. Size wise, from the distance, it seems to be kind of out there a little bit. Mother.
Someone needs to scream launch the alert 5.
Yeah, apparently somebody's gonna shoot the bird. All right. You can tell that
Where were you?
it's a decent distance out. And it's a decent size. From the distance, it's kind of hard to tell how big it is. I'd say it's probably
looking
about
for-
100 yards out.
Bird of prey or not?
From this distance, it's hard to tell. You can kind of see the shape of it. It does have long wings. You can't really tell what its head is. You do see feet hanging down, but it is coming in your direction.
Okay.
I say feet, bird feet, not human feet hanging down. Yeah, just
With talons.
talons is a word for it. Yeah, it's talons. I just couldn't think of the word.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it is coming towards you guys. Slowly, but it is coming that way.
I I tell Moriam about this, and I guess we try and bash our heads together as to what kind of bird it could be. Would Anna have told us about any specific birds in our travels with dear Anna?
She told you about eagles and falcons and bird people and all sorts of stuff, but
what specifically about the bird people? Were they much like Magpie?
They were a little bit bigger. They let me pull up a picture because I don't have it.
Would they match the description she gave us of said bird person?
Not necessarily. The fact that the feet are hanging down would make you think that it's probably not one of them, because they kind of fly more out. It's kind of like a bird on two legs type of situation.
Technically, bird people are most of them are six-legged, or they have 6 limbs: 2 arms, 2 legs, and then wings.
Yeah.
Now, Would this be condor-like?
That's what I'm asking. Was it a bird of prey or not? Right?
Yeah.
We
It
can't
is-
tell this. Right.
It is getting closer. It is getting closer. As it's coming in, you can tell that it is a predator type bird.
Right.
And it is pretty decent size.
Let's tuck in close to the caravan, but hang on to the caravan. Sorry. Yeah, Ankara, let's tuck in close to the caravan here. Maybe it's going for water, and if we're quiet enough, it won't. It will just take the water and leave.
I will use my glamorous studded leather to look like the caravan, and I will cast invisibility on Morium.
Okay, I like it.
Okay.
Your caravan clothing looks very well. Looks very good. You blend in besides your head and your hands, which you kind of tuck your hands in and stuff, I assume. Kind of yeah. And Morium gets invisible.
Can I move for that or no?
Can you move with
let me check.
invisibility? Yeah, you can move around with invisibility.
And you guys haven't bothered to wake up the bird.
No, you're a snack for this thing. We got magpie. Yeah. Right. What do I do?
Well, on our way around, would we have not brought it to his attention?
No, not yet. But now that
Okay.
we know there's a bird of prey, I'm going to wake everybody up.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll use prestidigitation to try and like talk to him up close to him, Magpie, and wake him, but quietly as possible.
The
Throw
floating
your
voice does not exist in me.
Yeah.
I push off. I'm going to push off of the ledge and swoop low past the caravan and start gliding across the desert in the general direction of this bird of prey or potential bird of prey.
Okay.
Hope you remember the reincarnation.
All right. As you get closer to this bird of prey, it's big. This is a big bird. Not yellow, not that type of big bird. But this thing, looking at its wingspan, you're looking at like a 8-foot wingspan.
It's a condor.
It's a condor.
Oh, Rhesus, you can talk. She like puts her finger over, and I'm like, "Wait, you want me to pull your finger?" And she's like, "No," and points over at the Rhesus.
Good call.
Yeah, I got some Reese's minis.
Nice.
Yeah, this thing probably about an 8-foot wingspan. It's a decent sized bird. It hasn't seemed to notice you yet.
Okay, I'm going to continue with my lazy glide across until it passes overhead. I'll flap my wings and come up, and then flip so I'm over top of him.
Oh,
Okay, roll a performance for me.
You
Okay.
fly inverted like a Top Gun?
It's called an Immelman. It's the reverse of a split S.
Yep, he's pulling a Top Gun mover. You gonna go straight to guns, or you use missiles? Missiles. That'd be using missiles.
I'm considering it.
All right, a
That's
17.
Yes.
All right. As you're going, you get closer and closer as this thing gets bigger and bigger upon you. And you can start seeing its features. You can see its head and its feet. Its feet could pick up the entire caravan and fly off.
Oh,
You see its head kind of duck down, and track you
Mhm.
out of its sideways seeing eyes.
Okay, I'm going to dive and lead it away from the caravan.
All right. As you go to dive and lead it away from the caravan, it continues on its flight path.
Hey, I am going to encourage it to follow me.
At this point, it's getting fairly close.
Okay,
I'll use a wing as its.
Pardon me. We're gonna do Eldritch. No. Yeah,
Attack the
Eldritch
thing.
Blast.
All right.
Yeah. Eldritch Blast.
Go ahead and
And
roll
can I
to
use
attack.
that? Can I use sneak attack on that?
Normally, I would say yes, but no, because it
Okay.
has seen you and spotted you and is actively tracking you.
Roger that.
Because it wouldn't be a sneak damage.
Okay, Fox 1 is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20 hits.
It's going to be 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage.
You guys from the ground see me fire off a purplish bolt at this
We're
thing.
not very far behind them. What are you thinking? Jesus.
Reminder that there's 2 Eldritch Blasts.
Yeah, you get to
Oh,
start
yes.
these.
Fox 2 does a 14 hit.
14 does not hit.
Okay, that one whizzes past.
Oh, are you done with the Reese's? Oh, okay. That one whizzes past. Takes 9 points of damage. Sorry, I'm trying to get the monster token here. Get it pulled up. Can you do it that way? I don't know if it'll do it that way or not. Sorry. It's not. Oh, it is. Okay, that's not what I'm looking for then. Okay. Alright, so it takes 9 points of damage. Go ahead and roll initiative.
Everyone or just the people that are awake?
We've woken everyone.
Everyone that's awake. Everyone's awake. So everyone can roll.
Good thing you got that critical out of the way.
Where are we? We have Ankara and Cinder and a Magpie and a Morium and a bird. Okay, so top of the initiative. Wow. Top of the initiative. The bird goes into a very fast dive straight at Magpie. And it's going to come in.
Exactly what I wanted.
It's going to come in and attempt to bite you or beak you. It's going to. That is a 28 to hit.
Do I have any chance to dodge with reaction? That was something I've been meaning to ask. Under actions in combat, there is dodge.
Dodge is an action.
Dodge is an action. And if you take the dodge action, then your next reaction gives disadvantage towards the attack.
Okay, I wanted to know how that works. All right, yeah, I take that hit.
All right, go ahead and make a strength save.
Before, how far is he away from the icon? Another 30 feet, 50 feet, 100 feet?
Magpie is going to be over here.
Target. So, those other both very close then? We're all within 30 feet?
They're all pretty close. This thing was already getting pretty close to the watering hole by the time he started his descent.
Okay, I'm going to hope and pray, and I'm going to cast on, as my reaction, I'm going to cast silvery barbs on the thing.
On the bird.
On the bird.
And that is...
Roll another d20, and hopefully it's not what you got. Hopefully it's way less.
So I have not rolled anything yet.
No, it's against the bird.
Okay.
Not the magpie, the bird. That would make it a 26.
All right, it did nothing. Good enough. Okay.
Okay, here comes that strength save, and it is a 2.
A 2. It takes you completely in its beak.
Ow!
Yeah.
That's what I thought. That's why I tried to roll it.
And you take... $15 points of damage.
Ouch.
And it is actively attempting to swallow you.
All
right.
Daggers.
That also brings you out of invisibility, so Morium's no longer invisible.
Yeah.
Ankara, you're up next.
I don't like being put in this position of attacking this massive creature, but we are here.
Well, one of our party members is about to be eaten.
I don't know what to do.
Shoot the bird.
Subdue it.
Shoot the bird.
They aren't hearing shit.
I'm gonna cast sleep.
Okay.
At the 4th level.
Okay. What do I have to roll for that?
So you're saying there's a chance.
I'm trying. I roll 5d8 plus an additional 8d8.
Okay.
And creatures within 20 feet, I'll move forward. It's a sphere. Creatures within 20 feet of a point I choose within range in ascending order of their current hit points. The total is how many hit points of this creature's this spell can affect. So I'll just roll a bunch of d8s.
Sounds good.
Sleep has a 90-foot range and it affects a 20-foot area, not 20 feet away. You're going to move forward till we get.
Yeah, you can cast it up in the air at this thing because right now it's probably about 50 foot from the ground.
Okay.
Is this sleep going to affect me too?
Nope. I don't know.
And will it cause it to hurtle to the ground like uncontrollably?
Yep.
Possibly.
It's okay.
Okay.
You are inside
I have
Featherfall. Damage will kill it.
I have Featherfall. Reaction.
No, don't worry. The bite damage on Magpie we'll be able to put it back together after.
We have spells for that. Okay. I don't know how many d8 because I'm very bad at math.
8, Maya. 8.
It's not 8 total. It's 8 plus 5.
No.
So 13?
Yeah, because it's 4th level, not base level.
It's 4th level. Okay.
So yeah. I think.
Oh, sorry. I'm lying to you. Oh, it's lots. So it's 2d8 per. So it starts with 4 d8?
13.
How many?
13.
It
starts with 5, and then it's 2 for every additional level. So
11 d8. 13 d8?
13. I think it's 13. Just roll 13.
Okay.
We'll call it 13.
Really?
Numbers.
I'm really wishing
62.
my immovable rod actually worked again.
What was that you rolled?
62.
62.
62. All right. This thing is slowing, but it is not asleep. You can tell that it does have an effect on it, but it's not the effect that you were hoping for.
I'll use my bonus action to cast Healing Word on poor Magpie if I can reach him at 60 feet.
You can't see him right now. He's inside this
Excellent.
beak.
Then that's all I can do.
Alrighty. Cinder.
I'd stay Toll the Dead if I could, but I won't. I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt on this.
All right, guide your bolt.
19 to hit.
19 does hit.
Yay.
For 13 points of damage.
All right.
And I think that's all I'm going to do for now.
Okay. All right, next up is a magpie. You are inside this beak.
I want to wiggle my daggers out and push them right up into his skull.
All right. Go ahead and roll to hit. You're inside the beak. Inside the very big beak of this very big bird.
Dagger. I do have 2 weapon attack, so I'm going to do both. First one's a dirty 20.
That one does find purchase.
And the second one is a 19 without the modifier.
That one does not find purchase.
With the modifier, it would have been a 28.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first one is 4d6. Or is 1d4 plus 6. Which is a 9.
9 more points of damage. All right. Anything else for a magpie? Bonus action?
I am lucky. Stop.
Morium, you're up next.
Action, steady aim. Let's see. Piercer, critical hit, roll down, reroll. Okay, since I didn't move, I am going to use steady aim to give myself advantage on my next attack roll.
You know what? I'll allow it.
Okay.
I mean, you're inside this thing's mouth right now, but okay, I'll allow it.
That's the best I can do.
All right, Morium, you're up.
I'm just going to make a comment to Magpie. Magpie, when you're attacking with your offhand, you get your bonus to attack, not to damage.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Oh, well then, yeah, the 28 would hit.
Oh, okay.
If you want to retcon, I just want that's the point I had up because you don't count the damage modifier, you only count the whatever it is, it's a straight roll for you.
Okay, so it then is a 4 points of damage additional.
Alrighty. Yeah.
Just want to point that out.
Oh,
good.
Well,
Thank you.
thank you. I appreciate that.
It's you don't add your ability modifier to the damage bonus of the bonus attack, unless it's a negative.
I have a hard time remembering that.
Okay.
Yeah, I was remembering it the other way around too, so we got it.
Okay, so I'm assuming he doesn't look hurt at all.
Yeah.
Probably has a headache at least.
And how high up is it now?
It's 50 foot from the ground right now. It's
Didn't
swooping
plummet at all?
towards. Well, on its turn, it got to 50 feet. before.
It came down. Okay.
Yeah, its turn was first, so it came down. It's 50 foot above the ground right now and coming straight towards the watering hole still.
Okay. I am going to. I guess I'm going to probably cast. I'll just throw a firebolt at it quickly.
All right.
Actually, no, pardon me. I'm going to throw Mind Sliver at him.
Okay. That's wisdom, right?
That's intelligence.
Intelligence. Okay. It fails.
I have to go to there. So, okay. So 8 points of damage.
All right.
And it's psychic damage as well, if that matters. And
Okay.
it would subtract a D4 from the next saving throw it has to make before the end of my next turn.
Okay. Anything else for Amorium?
Yes, I am then going to also cast as a bonus action. I'm going to cast Wrathful Smite.
Okay.
That's basically it's on me.
Okay. So you are wrathfully smited?
Basically my staff starting to glow at the end of it.
Okay.
More than it already glowed.
All right. About this time, you see Anna dip into the carriage.
Good call.
She runs straight into the carriage, and at that moment, Seamus, you see this woman that you've been traveling with run into your carriage, or into her carriage, and you're woken up to the sounds of things going on outside. You wake up, run outside, and this is what you see. You've been passed out in this carriage, so you haven't actually seen the outside.
Okay.
And you come outside the back of the carriage, and boom. There's a giant bird 50 foot up in the air coming in towards the watering hole.
Okay. Should I roll initiative?
Yep, rolling. Well, you're going to be at the bottom of the initiative order, so you don't have to roll, but same.
Okay.
Technically, you're 2.
All right. Sorry.
Okay.
Let's see. I done my axe here. If I throw it, 60 feet. So it's 50 feet up in the air.
Yep.
You got to come to where I am.
All right. I'm gonna move up the Morium and my hand axe returning it.
Alrighty. Throw that axe.
All right. 12.
12 does not hit. The axe flies and lands. It hits it, but it ricochets off and lands over here because I don't have more map.
All right. I'm gonna throw my regular hand axe.
Throw your other hand axe, your regular one.
Yep. Yep.
All right.
1.
Roll a d20 for me.
Okay. 19.
19. You throw the hand axe, and it ricochets over here because I don't have more map.
All right. I think that's gonna be my turn.
Alrighty. Next up is the condor. That's the name that I'm going to use for it because it's not necessarily what it is, but that's the name. And it's going to move with Magpie in it. I'll just move Magpie in a minute. Come on, click. 25, 30.
Where's Cinder? Not paying attention to where she actually is.
50. She's over here. 55, 60, and it swoops into the water, taking a big mouth of water.
Is this a pelican?
It's a big bird with a big beak. It's a normal size drink for it, but it's a big drink for the tiny turtle and hare that's like that big.
Fair.
And its beak is got water in it attempting to swallow Magpie. I need a strength check.
Goody. Strength. You should have said that out loud, Bernie. That's funny. I'm going to repeat it because it bears repeating. Seamus walks in the picture shaking that axe on the floor.
Guys, I just want to apologize. I totally forgot what day it is.
It's all good. All right, with the 6, you are swallowed.
Oh, God.
Oh no.
And you are now inside the stomach of this thing.
Can I use hellish action as a rebuke? Or can I use my reaction of hellish rebuke?
Yeah, you can use your reaction of hellish rebuke because you are taking damage.
I think you're better off trying to use a hellish rebuke as an action.
I wish I could. It's a reaction spell. Cast. That's a dexterity save of 14 for him.
Dex of 14.
Yep.
To disadvantage because you are inside of it, so it can't really move. It fails it.
D10 damage. Okay, I gotta restart my app. It's froze on me.
All right.
Leave an acid reflux.
I have yet begun to fight.
No, you're at the end right now.
It's going to be at his end one way or another here very shortly.
Once you're inside him, you can't move, man. You're completely engulfed. You're done.
I know. Believe me. There is 15 points of damage.
All right, 15 points of damage. It takes that. You take 17 points of acid damage from its stomach, and it spits you up, technically giving this thing heartburn. You are wet and soaked in all kinds of things inside that water pool. Yes. Sorry, I didn't pull you whenever I pulled the bird.
So I land in the pool.
Yes. That puts it at... All right, there we go.
So refreshing, at least.
And it's going to screech and attempt to take off. Again, right now it is at the floor, but it's in a I'm getting out of here movement. Ankara.
Do we let the bird be? Do we just... Magpie's safe. Do we let the bird be? I'm asking the party.
I say we retreat. If it's taking off, I don't... How do you feel, Magpie?
He's drowning. So I'm going to go run and save the poor bird from the water.
All right.
And I'll prepare a healing spell, cure wounds, if I can. I'll be able to cast healing word.
Okay. Where do you move to?
Yeah. I'm just gonna measure out. I can't remember if I'm 25 or... Yeah, I'm 25 feet movement.
Yeah. Little halfling legs.
Turtle legs apparently are okay.
You're a speedy turtle.
I am.
So I move to here. I cast healing word on the magpie.
Okay.
Here, I'm up.
Only 4 points of healing, but it's something. There's more on the way.
All right.
Yeah. Just let me rearrange my feathers here. I'll be fine.
Anything else for you?
I will kind of just keep an eye on the bird but I have sheathed my weapons even this close to it. I mean it, no harm. I'm basically just letting it go at this point, but that'll be my turn.
All right, Cinder, you're up.
I too will retreat from attacking the bird. I have 30 feet of movement, so I can get a little bit closer. I don't know that I have healing word. We'll get you all patched up once we get out of this ugly situation, Magpie.
All right. Anything else for Cinder?
Sure. I'm gonna cast Goodberry.
Cast Goodberry. Roll me an animal handling check. As your cat is about to dart off after this bird.
Oh
Uh-oh.
shoot!
Oh shit.
22.
What do you say to stop it? How do you stop your cat from running?
I say, mischief, come,
Mischief, come.
and I offer a treat.
All right. Let's see if it takes it. It stops where it's at and sits.
Okay, I'll take it. That's a win.
Here, let me put your cat token. That way you know where your cat is. I need to start putting that up there again. There's a cat.
How often in nature is that going to happen? When the rabbit tells the cat to stop and it listens.
You rolled a really good animal handling.
Good thing too.
Yeah.
It knows what it's doing.
Yeah, it starts running after it and stops and just sits because it's confused. All right. With that being Cinder, Magpie, you are in the water. And you are in the water. You're probably about 10 feet in, 5 feet in.
Do I
something like that.
Do I see the scarab thingy at the bottom?
You do see the scarab at the bottom. The entire bottom of this thing looks like a scarab.
Master, see through my eyes.
Okay.
I'm just calling out to Loki to see if he'll take a look and maybe give me an idea of what I'm looking at.
You don't have an answer at this time.
Eye of Runecaster. Or Eye of Rune Master, I believe it was.
Yeah. Is that a cantrip thing or a once per day or a
At will.
at will?
Yes.
I mean, either way, it's a scarab. It doesn't have any writing or anything. It's just a big scarab.
Okay, I'll swim back up.
All right. Roll me a Constitution save.
Okay. That's going to be a 10.
A 10. Water does get into your mouth, and you get the effects of a long rest. So you can
I
take a
come
long...
out feeling 100%.
Yep. And is that all for Magpie?
I brush myself off, flapping off the water.
Not one of Magpie's best ideas, we'll admit.
All right, Morium.
Okay, I'm going to move here and then climb up to the top of there. That should get me to the top of the carriage.
Yep, you're on top of the carriage.
And I'm going to hold my action, of a spell, just firebolt. If on its turn it turns towards us, or if it keeps going away, I will cease the spell. If it turns towards us, I'm just going to release the firebolt.
Okay, fair enough. Seamus.
Okay, I'm going to look very confused. as I just woke up to not having any idea what's going on. And I'm going to go collect my hand axe returning
Okay.
and pick it up, and then use the rest of my movement to move toward the next one.
Alrighty. So you have your hand axe of returning back.
Yep, he can get to the next one.
And yeah, you could use your action as movement to get to the next one if you wanted to.
I'm gonna hold my action to cast a spell if the thing comes back down and starts to attack.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Alrighty.
hold Fairy Fire.
Hold a fairy fire. Okay. Lady and Seamus, we're off to the bird, and the bird starts taking up 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and it's flying off. Just straight up and out. Like it's just going. And it leaves.
It's beelining. Okay, good.
Yeah, it thought it was getting a quick snack, and it turned out that it gave it heartburn. So we're out of combat now.
It is an eat or be eaten world. That's what they say.
Can I go grab my other axe and pick it up?
Magpie, you look refreshed now. That's good to see.
Better. Still ill. Inside of a bird's stomach. Not a pretty place.
I don't imagine it is.
Stones and acid and ill. Probably should have used a gust of wind instead of hellish rebuke.
You'll know for hopefully never next time.
I'm gonna go count my feathers.
And Anna comes out of the carriage. Is it gone?
It's gone. It's flown away.
Oh,
Magpie gave it Heartbird.
Heartbird. Oh, and that thing was big. That was scary.
Yes.
Oh, well, good thing it just came to get a drink of water and flew off, I guess.
Pepto Birdsmall.
Yes.
Yes. Well, hopefully nothing else happens like that, but I think I need to go lay back down.
Anna, what can you tell us about the water?
Well, it makes you feel really good.
I'm gonna drink some more of it so I can.
I feel 100% to be entirely honest.
You look good, Magpie. You don't look like you were inside of a bird's stomach.
You don't look emaciated anymore.
Don't remind me.
I know it made us feel really good. It was a nice, clean water.
We should bottle this shit.
I'm gonna make my way to the water and maybe, splash a little on my face and see how I feel and maybe have a sip.
I'm going for another swim.
Anyone who takes a drink of water or swims in the water, you get a long rest.
Oh.
Just gonna move up to the rest of the group.
Honestly, Magpie wanted to make sure Bird didn't attack Bird's friends.
I'm going to say thank you, but you're an idiot.
At least Magpie is your idiot.
You could have been killed. And if the bird swallows you and flies away, we can't catch it. We can't fly. You're the flying one. Next time you stay on ground, let them eat me, and then you come catch me.
You would have been safe.
But you would have been dead.
Dead, alive, alive, dead. Different states of existence.
On a different note, can birds speak to other birds? I don't know much about your people.
He can barely speak to people some days.
all I hear out of you is, I'm a butthole, I'm a butthole, I'm a butthole, I'm a butthole. Big Bird, he was thinking about letter A.
Acid reflux. A is for acid reflux. The more you know.
Nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, or a magpie.
Ooh, Pepto-Bismol. Oh,
Would somebody
What a
be so
night.
would somebody be so kind as to enlighten me in what's been going on?
I got eaten by a fracking bird.
Well, we saw this bird in the distance. I was on watch with Morium, and bird got closer and became a big bird. So we woke up our bird, Magpie, and Magpie tried to heroically sacrifice himself for our betterment and ended up in its beak. And now we're safe.
Oh,
Oh, and this is Anna, by the way. She's going to join us
Yes.
on our trip to Roswell.
She
Roswell.
she was the lady who gave us herbs and spices with the caravanners, but she didn't feel that was her path. So she is our guide to Roswell, as she has taken this path and told us about this oasis, or stop rest. Rest stop?
yeah,
There we
it's a
are.
rest stop. We didn't get attacked, though. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't know.
It's okay, it happens.
And when we get back to a major city, we're going to take this Seamus to DAA, Dwarven Ales Anonymous.
I must have had a bit too much to drink last night.
Oh,
Is that the
and the night
dwarves
Trippy
before,
wine.
while they drink?
but not like this. This is excessive, even for a dwarf.
Yeah, I seem to have lost track
That's
of time and the day and all that.
You lost 2 days. We killed the dragon. You drink yourself silly for 2 days.
My bad. It's alcohol seemed to be a bit stronger than I anticipated.
How many dick butts did I manage to draw on his face?
You draw a total of 0. Okay.
You say Dickford?
A dick butt.
Oh.
All right. Well, you guys, everybody heads back off to sleep, and you guys finish up your watch. Nothing else happens between Morium and Ankara. The middle watch was taken by Magpie, and Seamus will be on that watch as well.
Okay.
Because we have an empty spot.
You're fine.
All right. So everybody finds their resting place actually quite comfortably, considering the water has rejuvenated you. And second watch, perceptions.
That would be me. Yeah.
Dirty 20.
Ready.
Un momento, por favor. Well, it's going to be an 11 for me.
All right. As you guys are starting to post your watch and things, you see the bird flapping away in the distance. Some would call it a flappy bird. And yeah. And you guys are hanging out. Is there any activities you'd like to do in your downtime?
Hey, Magpie.
Yes.
I'm really sorry. Alcohol really that dwarven or whatever they gave me last night really had a bit more of an effect on me than I realized.
Have more?
I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that.
Have more alcohol.
I have some dwarven whiskey left over. Would you like some?
Yes, please.
have to get memories of inside of bird out of my head.
Yeah, I'll give him a little dwarf and whiskey.
Alrighty, Magpie, roll a Constitution save.
You take the rest of the watch.
I don't feel like I could sleep for quite a while.
It's going to be a 16.
All right, you're feeling some effects, but you're feeling good.
Good.
Not on top of spaghetti good, but you're feeling good.
Well, at least if I'm on the plate, that's great.
Alrighty, and as you guys are sitting there and chatting and talking about stuff, the rest of the watch goes without issue. Coming up on the last watch. Who was on the last watch?
And
Cinder
then
and
Who
Anna.
was on the first watch? What's
Cinder
on
and Anna.
third watch?
Cinder and Anna. Anna's going to give you advantage looking out. So I'll let you roll it.
Alrighty. Okie dokie. With advantage. Not really advantageous. 25?
25.
25.
Yeah. And you're looking out, and the bird goes out a distance. It kind of, you don't see anything there. But you're sitting there with her, and she's like, I don't know. That was a lot. You guys deal with a lot, don't
Indeed it
you?
was. We
Um,
do. We do.
Maybe I should make some more health potions. You guys might need them.
Yes.
I would certainly be in favor of that.
Well, I mean, at least it seems like a nice night out. She's just trying to look at for
Beautiful.
something positive. You can tell.
Beautiful. I couldn't sleep, so I rearranged my spice rack.
You guys said that water made you feel better?
It did. I felt very rested after I had a little swim.
She walks down there and takes a drink of it, and she's like, "Yeah, it's some really good water. I didn't think it had anything to it. It was just water in the middle of the desert, but I might have to take some of this and put it in some stuff. See what I can come up with."
I think I'll do the same at the end of my watch. I think I'll fill up a water skin with some of this delightful water.
She goes back over there next to the caravan once you guys get your water, and she pulls out this little kit, and it has all these little vials and little things and instruments here and there, and she just kind of pulls this thing out of her pocket and sets it down, and it just poof. And there's like this little mobile alchemy lab that she has out in front of her, and she's messing with it, and she's like, okay, and she puts the water over here and fire, and it starts going up and down the tubes and around, and you're like, okay, this is interesting. And she as she's gets down at the bottom, she looks at it and sniffs at it, and well, it does have some type of magical property. I never thought to check it. It's pretty potent stuff, but it seems like it would wear down pretty quickly as she's adding some things into it and diluting it a little bit and stuff. And she says, if we take this water, it'll probably last about 2 days as it is, then another 2 days at about half potency, and then it's pretty much out after 4 days.
Do you think it would still be drinkable after that amount of time?
I mean, it just kind of seems to turn back into water, just regular water after that. The properties of it kind of dissipate over time, is what I'm gathering from this. But through that, you learn that the Oasis water, you get long rests for 2 nights drinking it, or for 2 days worth of long rests. After that, it turns into 2 days worth of short rests, and then it just turns back into regular water.
I think I'll take the water skin full.
Okay. And she's like, all right, well, I'm going to put this in some stuff, see if I can figure out a way to either make the effects longer or maybe add it to something to make something stronger. We'll figure it out, but I'll play with it a little bit in my downtime.
Do you think there's any herbs that you could add to it to retain the magical properties of the water?
I don't know about retaining. I do have a couple of different magical chemicals and things that I can add to it to maybe turn it into some type of potion. It wouldn't do the same effect, but if this is what I think, if these effects are what I'm thinking it is, it could be a pretty potent potion. I mean, maybe a pretty decent healing potion. This is some really
Well, I'm
crystal clear
glad we have
water.
you aboard, Anna.
Do what you can, Anna, and let us know if you need help.
She's like, okay. And the rest of your watch goes without any issues. Morning comes to the party. As the crow sings, it's morning time.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light?
Breakfast!
Oh.
Okay.
You guys prepare your breakfasts or treats or whatever you make, and everybody loads back up into the caravan. And she's like, maybe that's not the best place to spend the night. We'll find somewhere else next time. And you guys hop in and start heading off towards Roswell. You're less than a day's travel at this point. And it's definitely keeping a vigilant eye out and trying to gather herself as she's going along, and she's just like, yep, we're moving. And coming around 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon, you guys crest the top of a hill upon this. You guys are, I'll just put a marker token over here, that way you know where you're at. This area is going to be more theater of the mind type of stuff, but you guys are coming in this way. And she says, well, welcome to Area 51.
Why so nervous?
Well, there was a big bird last night.
Yes, and
that was a big bird.
I'll have played some like calming tunes on the trip to ease her anxieties, as we as adventurers know it's kind of scary for most common folk. So I'll try and ease her worries on the travel.
Okay, go ahead and roll a performance check.
And I'm going to give Magpie 5 of the good berries.
All right. As an action, you can eat the good berries and regain 5 hit points, or 1 hit point at a time, depending on how you want to do it.
Yay.
14. She does seem a lot calmer. I mean, it's still in the back of her head. This is the first encounter that she's actually been in. Before now, she was just a wandering traveler, trader, and she's dealt with a dragon and a giant bird.
Would I know any history of this place through maybe some like old texts I read, like pre?
Roll a history
stuff?
For me.
Okay. 7.
7. You know that it is considered Area 51, but about what that means exactly, you're not too sure. You just know that it was a government base at one point.
I've read some very unclear texts about this place. There's something that the old world had some kind of significance here.
Now, those of you from the old world would know exactly what Roswell is was. And
are we in Roswell or Area 51?
You're in what should be Roswell, but it's kind of all encompassed at this point. From what
So
from
it's a
where
base.
you remember things should be, it's kind of all one area.
Okay.
Roswell is now Area 51.
Because I could tell you where it actually is.
Yeah,
So.
Roswell's in New Mexico and Area 51's in Nevada.
Mm-hmm.
It's
You-
like hence
This
the
is
turtle confusion.
yes, you know where Roswell should be, and you know where Area 51 should be, but this is considered Roswell, which is you were in New Mexico though, or you were in
New Mexico.
yes,
Okay.
you were in New Mexico, but the text that
So
you
it
read
should be-
was that Area 51 is here.
So we went the right way.
We went where we were supposed to, but
Yeah.
it's got two names now.
Yeah,
Okay.
they've kind of just moved everything into one area. As she goes into explaining that, oh yeah, this used to be a military base, and there was rumored to be aliens, and this and that and the other, and you guys from the real world are kind of like, what? This is making zero sense, but okay. And
I'm all about it.
yeah, and she's like, well, I don't know really what happened pre-calamity for the area. I know there was something about aliens and stuff, and then the government decided to move in many years down the road from what I believe. I don't really remember much of my school teaching about the area here, but they moved in and took over Roswell and turned it into the new something another, and so here we are. It's a market district.
Anna, is there a Smith that I could go see?
I don't know exactly where they would be. You'd probably have to ask around. We just kind of had a quick pit stop to pick up some supplies and head out. I stayed back in the back because I don't really have any need for things. All my supplies are off the land, so. But I'm sure you could find somebody that can point you in the right direction. I'm sure there is. It's kind of a big bazaar.
All right, yeah, I'll go look. Anybody want to come with me?
We should go together.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
As you guys are, she's like, okay, I'll come with. Let me stable the horses. And she comes over, and there's a little stable over here, and she's like, excuse me, sir, I need to stable my cart. And he's just kind of, oh, whatever, I just park it over there. That's 8 silver for the day. Yeah. And she's like, oh, okay. Pulls out some money, gives it to the guy, and she's like, okay. Well, the horses will be taken care of, I guess. Watch out for the snake people. I don't know why, but they give me creepy vibes. I don't really like snakes. But they seem to be nice, I guess. And then you guys head off into the bazaar.
I'll reimburse Anna for the carriage.
Do you give it to her outright, or do you just kind of try and sneakily put it in her pocket?
You know, I'll put 10 silver and I'll try and sneakily put it into her pocket.
All right. I'll have you do a sleight of hand. And Magpie, you see this happening. If you would like to assist with it, or
Yes.
I will give you the assist.
Intercept the money.
Or I can just hand you the money and you can do it, Magpie, and I'll just help you.
Big
Please?
wink. Big wink. Yes.
Yeah, okay. So here's 10 silver.
Mm.
Can you please do the thing?
Now the question is, Magpie, do you put all 10 silver in there?
Yes, I do. 12.
All right.
With advantage, I'm helping you.
With advantage. Let me actually roll
Good.
this die.
25.
25. The money slips into the pocket, none the wiser.
High five.
They'll have the touch.
Yeah, you don't feel rusty at all. As you guys walk in here, you see all kinds of colors: pinks, burgundies, maroons, sky blues, dark blues, blacks, reds, pinks, everything. There's tint covers on all of it, and it looks pretty beautiful. kind of
This
like
is
a
by
Indian
far
market.
the ugliest place I have ever seen. Look at all these atrocious colors.
I think it's a bit refreshing, not seeing just tan everywhere for once.
I agree. Reminds me of home. The caravans
But
used to have all the colors.
chartreuse next to hunter green, next to hot pink, please.
It's very colorful, albeit a little on the disorganized side.
Yeah. Apparently, Magpie is a fashionista, so he decides to wear all black.
Beats the boring vistas of the desert.
DM, I sent a message to the Magpie channel for you.
Yes, I will look at that.
In the meantime, I'm gonna look for somebody to ask about blacksmith.
All right.
Any passing civilian.
All
Beans.
right. As you're walking by, you see all assortments of people from all sorts of races. And as you're walking by and you see somebody kind of walking, hey, excuse me, sir. And this dragonborn goes, yes, how may I help you?
I'm looking for a blacksmith. You know where I can find one?
Oh, yes. If you go up into the upper districts, that's where most of the made goods are. You're gonna find blacksmiths up there, leather workers. Go up there. It'll be go down a ways. Fourth building on the left, I believe, is Bucky's blacksmith. Try not to stare at him too much. He's a beaver. But yes, yeah, that's gonna be your best, probably your best bet. Bucky's. There's also, if you're looking for certain items, there's vendors everywhere. I mean, take a look around, see what you find.
Fair enough. Appreciate it.
Oh yes, have a great day here at Roswell. Here, have some ears. And he hands you this thing that looks like a headband with a couple of alien eyes on it.
Thanks. Oh, safe travels to you.
Oh yes, to you as well. Thank you, sir.
Bye-bye.
All right, so you know that over here is going to be Bucky's. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4. The one with the blue on it
Okay.
is Bucky's. He gives you a little bit more detailed direction than that, but back wall, fourth one. Is there anybody else looking for anything as we're?
I am looking to stay in practice.
You're going to steal from the mercantile.
Well, pickpocketing mostly.
All right.
And I'm going to try and find a sort of middle of the road to high end inn. More so middle of the road.
Okay. As you're walking through, in total, Magpie, you find 6 gold and 2 copper.
I almost had a 20. I almost had a 20.
As you're walking through, you see a couple of people, and you're like, excuse me, can I get some help? And this lady turns around. She's like, oh yes, yes, darling. What can I help you with there? Turtle.
Oh, we're looking for lodgings.
Oh, lodgings? There's multiple at venturing type. You looking for the low end kind of rough and tough bars, or you looking for something a little bit more nice to stay at? Kick your heels up a little bit.
Well, the ale for our dwarf is generally is good at the rough and tough. We would want to know where the bar is, but we'll also have to stay somewhere a little nicer, please.
Oh, okay. Well, the one that's a little rough and tumble is the Rusty Eye. It's going to be down in the lower districts. It's a little rough, but you guys seem like you could handle it. And she pulls out this thing and unfolds it and unfurls it and hands you a map. And she goes, "Oh, it'll be right down here. It's kind of more of a collage of buildings, but you can kind of walk between, get different nails and things, and it's this one down here." She says, "If you want something a little nicer, you can go to the Blue Diamond. It's right in the Central District. It's got really lavish pools, looks really nice, great food. It's a little bit more on the pricey side, but you guys look like you could afford it." And that's the big blue building there. If you're looking for entertainment or anything, we do have an amphitheater, or looks like you got some instruments there with you, with your group there. The amphitheater, the theater is the one down at the bottom side, right across from Blue Diamond. Other than that, enjoy your time here, and we will. If you need anything, just ask. A lot of us are very helpful. Careful though, some of them do get a little snippy. And you don't have any of these yet. Here, have some. And she hands you a headband with some alien ears.
Give mine to a child. Thank you.
Are other people wearing them like as civilians in this town?
You can see the tourists, and the tourists are wearing them. You can definitely tell. They're walking around, pointing at things, and, "Oh, look over there, honey!" And the tourists are definitely wearing the alien ears. You see
I'm
them
gonna
come
put
with
mine safely in my backpack.
yeah, the mercantile and stuff. You can see some of them wearing it, but also you can see alien themed stuff that they have in their stuff. So
I just politely, nonchalantly put mine back down.
Can you tell me where the local orphanage is?
Orphanage?
Yes.
Don't really have a local orphanage. Not here anyway. Most of our orphans, they just live.
Interesting. Never mind.
But yeah, you guys enjoy your time. There's all kinds of stuff to see and do, and fun activities if you'd like. I believe that the Oracle is going to open up soon. But other than that, enjoy your shopping.
May I ask where a bookstore where like old history texts may be sold, like even a used book or a new scroll shop, whatever?
Well, if you're looking for scrolls and items of text, you're going to find that in the promenade. They're going to have all sorts of old books. There's a couple of new stores that's got things. They've also got clothing and things like that, a little bit more new age. But that's going to be right over, not too far from the Blue Diamond. It's this area here. It's kind of like an outdoor shopping mall.
Excellent, thank you. And I'll bow to her.
Anybody else need anything?
I think I'm gonna waltz around and just talk to people and see what's what and where's what.
Alrighty. So to the blacksmith, you head over that way and you see Bucky's Blacksmith in big wooden letters. Kind of looks like it's been chewed on. And you find it there. You walk inside, and behind the counter is a gentleman named Bucky. "Oh, hi there. Welcome to my establishment here. My name's Bucky. What can I do you for?"
Well, by any chance you have a piece of parchment real quick?
Piece of parchment. Yes, I definitely got some parchment around here somewhere. As you look at his desk, and it's just cluttered with all kinds of papers. And he's, this one, and he pulls it out, and you can tell that there's some stains on there, some yellow and red stains. Will this do?
I'll do nicely. I do got a bit of a strange request for you.
Strange request.
I start sketching down kind of something I see in my drunken stupor. So I'm drawing kind of like, it looks like a dwarf, but it's a mechanical dwarf. And Basically, yeah, I'm just kind of drawing out what would be a steel defender, as that's one of my things I got for level 3 artificer, and I want to see if he can make that for me.
Me personally, I'm not the mechanical type. I do more sword, shields, that type of thing.
Oh, would it be all right then if I use some of your tools in your smithy then?
You can, but what I'm seeing here is going to take some time. Depending on how much time you got, I'll let you rent the place out. Depending on how long you're going to be here.
Sure. Let me ask the rest of the group how long they're willing to stay. I'll look back at you guys.
Right here.
How
I'm
long's a
willing
long
to rest.
time?
Are we talking days or are we talking minutes? Long time, how long?
This, from how elaborate this thing looks and some of the types of metal bent and things, I'm going to say it's probably, that's at least a 2-week project.
Okay, Seamus, how long will it take you to make this thing?
Probably about that.
Oh, good lord.
I could get the materials to go. I'll have to get some smithing tools while I'm at it. But this could be something I make on the road as long as we have the materials.
Okay.
You do have a carriage that can hold some materials. It will weigh it down, though.
I'm willing to explore this place and kind of pick it clean for the next few weeks. Take it a little easy. I
Well,
don't know.
And Magpie
Maybe
will
find some
keep
work.
it for sure.
I mean, I would say probably if you wanted to rent the place out, rent the forge and things, of course. I still do have a business to run.
Absolutely.
And I mean, if you do need a little help, I could probably help at least bend some of the metal and things for you. It'd probably be, I'd say, probably at least 3 gold a day. Depending on how long you stay, we could always work out a deal or something. And if you help out here in the shop, then that deal could be made even better. So
Yeah, I'm willing as long as everybody else is willing to settle down for a couple weeks.
We
I've
can do this. Yes. It seems important to you.
3 gold a day for about 2 weeks. That's 14 days. 3 times 14 is 36. 36 plus 6 is 42. I'll hand him 42 gold.
Oh, pay up front. I like it. Well, my forge is yours. If you need anything, just ask. Materials and things, I do have some back there. If we need to get some more materials, that may cost a little bit more money, but from what I'm seeing here, we should have pretty much everything there. If not, I've got plenty of scrap in the back as well, so we can make something work.
Fair enough. And yeah, if you can need help or anything and show me a bit more about smithing. Yeah, so I'm pretty much going to spend the 2 weeks here helping this guy out.
Alrighty, sounds good. He says, if you're going to stay here and help me out, I do got a room upstairs. You're more than welcome to stay up there if you want to work late hours or whatever. Or, I mean, you can get a place wherever you want to go, however you want to do it. I'm pretty flexible, but yeah, so you're at Bucky's with Bucky, the beaver.
All right. Would this technically also be kind of considered training for proficiency with smithing tools?
It would be considered.
Actually, I'm already proficient with them, so never mind.
All right. I mean, there's other things that may happen. It just kind of depends. But yeah, it would be proficient for smithing tools, but you may learn some other things.
Okay.
We'll just have to see how that goes. All right. So you're there at the smithy. Everybody else is heading off. Where are we headed first?
Who wants to check out what first?
I'm going to work in a clockwise direction, and just, see if I can score myself a alien headband and find some cooking shops or spice vendors.
All right. Alien headband, easy to come by. There's people everywhere handing them out to everybody. So you can definitely get one of those, and there is definitely cooking shops along the way. What's everybody else looking for?
Books and scrolls still.
Books and
I'll
scrolls.
put on a headband. I am looking for pockets.
You're looking for pockets. All right.
I'm gonna go secure a room for the four of us at the Blue Diamond.
Alrighty. The girls are off shopping, Magpie's off magpieing, and Morium's headed to the Blue Diamond, you said?
Do adult things, yes.
All right. So Morium, you're walking through the streets and stuff, and you're seeing people, and you see a small bugbear couple, see a goblin couple, you see a Aarakocra, you see just all kinds of people. It's kind of a melting pot of races here. And as you're walking through, you do see some booths here and there with voodoo items, magical items, swords, shields, daggers, clothing, jewelry. It's just everywhere in your face. You can't help but to see it. And you walk down and you get up in front of this blue, multiple dome topped building with big marble pillars out front. 2 golden trimmed doors. This is the Blue Diamond.
I make our way inside.
Alrighty. As you start walking up there, you hear your claws just tap, 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 tap up the marble stairs and get up to the front door. And as you do, almost out of nowhere, you see people slide in and grab the doors and open them for you. This is like a Hallmark movie. It is absolutely lavish and beautiful, and silk curtains inside, gold trimmed everything. It's crazy. And right in the center of the entranceway is a big blue diamond that is top lit from the top dome.
Okay.
As you're walking through and you're just kind of looking around, somebody comes up to you. Oh, excuse me, sir. May I help you?
Yes, do you rent rooms?
Oh, yes, we have hundreds of rooms. If you would like a room, we also offer massages, deep tissue or otherwise. We have all sorts of hot rooms, steam rooms, cold baths, hot baths.
Place to sleep.
Oh, yes, we do have places to sleep.
I'm not looking by the hour, okay? Jeez.
Oh,
What kind of turtle do you think I am?
I don't know. I don't assume anything about anyone.
Clearly. Okay. Go on.
For the rooms, we do have rooms. They start at different prices. How many per room are you looking? How many rooms?
It will be for probably for 5 small rooms.
5 small rooms. All right, our smallest is okay, and 5 of those. Well, you're looking at probably about 10 gold a night. And that does include breakfast and dinner catered in. The amenities, of course, are at your disposal. We do have packages starting at 20 a night and 30 a night. Those include more of the all-inclusive packages.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know if we need all of those amenities. We have a very capable, world-renowned chef in our company. So those type of meals, no offense to your cooks, I would rather eat from her.
I mean, that's fair enough. Unfortunately, we do not have kitchens in our rooms, but
That was next question.
yeah, we
Let
don't.
me get back to you. Now that I've seen your place, it looks very nice. And some of the amenities you have here. I will come back shortly. Well, maybe in a couple of hours once we figure out where everybody is. If everybody's willing to stay here, you have come with good recommendation. So
Oh, well, good. Good to hear. If there's anything that we can help you with, please let us know. And if you're looking for other hotels in the area, there is the Rusty Eye. There's a couple. There's the Sandstone Inn. There's also of course, not as nice as this, but there's the Ruby Seal.
Ruby seal. Okay. Like a seal is in like on the floor or kind of seal. What kind of seal?
Like the or type of seal.
Ruby seal. Okay, that gotcha.
Um,
Just using context, so I know what I'm looking for.
Yeah, that
I
one's more of a
appreciate
show
that, sir.
house.
Have a
There's
great day.
yeah.
You know,
Good day to you as well.
I snicker and walk out of the place.
You just made a very fancy, pretty much butler go or.
Yes, I did. That was what I wanted to do without having to roll for
Came for D&D and got a Monty Python skit. Now for something completely different.
Completely different. And I'm going to go over to the broken eye or rusty boar or
the rusty
or the
eye
steel shank or the ram's head in, whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah.
The one with the crappy it was
bottom of the barrel. Yeah.
Well, yes. I don't think bottom of the barrel is going to cover this. So
yeah. All right. So you're heading off that way. The girls are off shopping.
Yes.
Magpie's off magpieing. Go ahead and roll me 3 sleight of hand checks.
All right.
Girls are off shopping. First, you come up to the cooking district. Fire lit in the middle, and you see tables all around that have all sorts of spices and cookware and gizmos and gadgets galore. And the shops around the edges have different cookware and things. You guys are up in the upper district still, right up in this area. Is there any specific quality of cooking things you're looking for? Any specific cooking things? Just kind of looking to see what there is?
I might be in the market for a Area 51 Roswell cookbook.
Okay, Roswell cookbook. Alrighty. 5, 6, 7, 10. 10 gold, 2 silver, and 4 copper, Magpie.
10 gold, 2 silver, and 4 copper.
Yep.
May I try and find like a place to get high quality large flasks so that we can like put water if we're going to do long treks on the desert?
Yes. There is one of those shops as well. First off with the cookbook, you see the cook's kitchen. You see all sorts of fancy knives and pots and pans and things, but right on the front glass window, you see Roswell's #1 cookbook, written by Rosie Roswell. And as you go inside, there's a lady behind the counter. Oh, yes, dearie. What can I get for you today?
Just arrived in town, and I'm just I enjoy the kitchen. I like to cook. Just looking to see what you have here, and maybe pick up a cookbook as it recommended.
Oh, well, welcome to the cook's kitchen. Yes, we have plenty of cookbooks galore. If you're looking for the Roswell, that would be Rosie Roswell's book. She actually was just here a couple of days ago signing books and autographs for people. If you would like one, it's going to be 5 silver. If you'd like a signed copy, then it'll be 2 gold.
I think I'll spot the 2 gold and get the signed copy, and have a flip through it and just take a look at your wares and see if I'm missing anything.
Oh, okay. Well, yes, if there's anything I can do for you, darling, please just let me know. And as you're flipping through, you see like alien eyeball soup and very like, it sounds crazy, but as you start looking through it, it's a meatball soup. You see like different the human finger sandwiches and things like that, and it's really just a sandwich with little hot dogs around it. It's kind of like a Halloween cookbook.
Okay.
All sorts of different Jello shots with with eyeball floaters and things like that. Just very novelty, Halloweeny. You see it on Pinterest, you'd probably love it.
Excellent. Just what I'm in the market for. A rolling pin with little alien imprints on it so I can make alien cookies.
Oh yeah, you find all of that stuff. You see cookie cutters and rolling pins, and you see all sorts of just crazy, outlandish looking things. Go ahead and roll
Okay.
a perception check for me.
I will. Oh, I have to find my mouse first.
May I
18.
assist her?
Yeah, if you're in the same shop and looking around, sure.
I'll help you spot anything that you need. You can roll with advantage.
Oh, super. I thought the 18 was pretty good, but let's see what else we get. I'll keep the 18.
Alrighty. As you're looking through and you're seeing all the novelty gag stuff, you kind of start wandering back towards the back of the store a little bit more. And back here, you're seeing all sorts of gizmos and gadgets, things that remind you of before you got sucked into this world. You see blenders and toasters and mixing machines and just all sorts of different like slap chops and pasta makers and all things that mechanical that you haven't really seen much mechanical stuff around here yet.
And is the clerk still around?
Yes, she's still up at the desk. She's just kind of looking around and helping people as they come in and things.
I'll ask her about the old school appliances and see what she can tell me.
Oh, yes, dearie. Those are relics from the olden days. They've been modernized a little bit. A little magic here, a little magic there, you know. But they do have they do still function just like they would, but you no longer have to hook them up to power.
Isn't that something?
Yeah, you could blend
Power?
on the go, dearie.
Oh my.
I've never seen any of this.
Yeah,
They're
just
very
watch
good
out for the
tools.
magic bullet. That thing, I think they put the wrong magic on it. It kind of just likes to shoot things.
Scary. Okay.
Small chance of explosions, but you know. Is there any certain
Not a
items that you'd
blender,
like to
maybe
look at?
device. Wow. We're gonna be here, I think, for a few days. So let me look through the cookbook and see if there's any appliances that me and my companions might need, and I will certainly come back and see you if I do need anything.
Okay, yes, dearie, I'll be right here. If you need anything, just ask for me.
And the cookbook, I will add that to my inventory, but can't remember what you called it.
Roswell cookbook.
Roswell's #1 cookbook.
Yeah, that's it.
Written by Rosie Roswell.
And it's a signed copy, so okay.
Yeah, signed by Rosie Roswell herself, whoever that may be. Alrighty, and Ankara, you were looking for what?
I would be heading more towards the promenade to look for like a textbook or scroll shop.
Alrighty. So as you guys leave there and start heading down the ways, you see more tourists walking through with headbands and all sorts of like glow sticks with big alien heads on the end of them, and it's just all sorts of cool stuff. And you walk up towards the promenade, and right up above it, in big letters, it just says promenade. They weren't very creative with this name. But you walk in there, and as you walk in, you're seeing tapestries hanging with all sorts of scrolling and writing. You're seeing bookstores, and you see some of them that are newer, some of them that are older. You see a couple of scroll shops, inscribers. You see some people working on things right outside the shop in their little stalls. Is there any specific place that you're looking for? Any?
I'll be looking for books on the history of what would be, I guess, the old world of this area, or of, as they are familiar with, the other Area 51. Anything to do with this land, so that I can kind of get a lay of it, I guess.
Okay. You do see one of the older bookstores kind of catches your eye. Dowry's Books. And it kind of looks a little bit more older. Doesn't look as up to date as some of the other places, but you kind of think that if there's going to be something historical, it might actually be in there, not one of the newer bookstores.
Okay, I'll head in there and try and find a shopkeep.
All right. As you walk in, there's an older gentleman behind behind a big stack of books, and he's just sitting there and he's opening them up and looking at them, and okay, this, putting it in this pile and that pile. It doesn't actually seem like the piles go anywhere. They just keeps moving them around. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see you there. Yes, I am Mr. Dowry. What can I help you with?
Hi, Mr. Dowry. I'm new here, new to this place, this land, this world. I'm just looking for a little bit of books and history on this area.
Oh, books and history. That would be section A, subsection D. Look around the 20s to 40s. That's going to be the more older history of the area. If you go one row up, you'll find the newer history of the area.
Excellent, thank you. Am I able to see any organization?
You do see that there are aisles marked with A, B, C, D, E, and as you keep on looking, it seems like the building's just longer and longer. The inside of this place, from the small area that you were in, looks tiny, but as you start looking across, you see A through Z, and you see numbers on the other side of the wall, and you see bookshelves stacking up 20 feet tall.
I'll kind of poke Cinder with my elbow and ask her if she's also seeing what I'm seeing.
You're seeing exactly what she's seeing. From where you walked in was covered by books, but as you start looking around, the place is massive on the inside. Didn't look this big on the outside.
I guess we'll just go straight to the section.
All right, heading over to that section, you see a big row of books. And they start from, some of them look extremely, extremely old, and then up on the upper shelf, you see some newer looking books. Go ahead and roll me a perception check or investigation. All right, at 21. With a 21, you're looking through and you do find a couple of history books, some of them related to the Earth at the beginning. Some of them related to America as a whole. Kind of looks like an old history textbook. And then you do see one that's New Mexico, Roswell history and conspiracies.
Okay. I'll grab both the American history as well as the Roswell history book, and then I'll go to the newer subsection, the aisle over for the newer history as well, and see what's there.
All right. Newer history, you see that there is a history of the land, is what the book's called. It talks about just the land in general, floral, fauna, animals. Doesn't really get into like the dangerous animals. It's just more like foxes and bunnies and things as you're looking through it. Kind of what's native to different areas. You do see one that's see one in big bold text. Aliens are real. And it doesn't look as nicely bound as some of the other books. And that one's the author on that one is Ro Jogan. And if there's any other, if you're wanting for like a very localized Roswell history, you do find a book for that, new aged.
Okay. I'll grab the Aliens Are Real book as well as the Roswell New History book, and if there's any like other kind of flora and fauna books or any of them that are on maybe anything magical on my way back to the shopkeep, I'll kind of just put them in my arms and get a bundle.
All right. As you're walking through, you do see a gardening section. You see like 20 books on gardening for dummies. You see a couple of interesting plants and where to find them, and multiple other just random floral and fauna books.
Okay. The interesting plants one I'll snag, and I'll comment to Cinder that maybe Anna can get some use out of this and get it as a gift. She seems pretty shook up.
Okay.
I'll
Alrighty.
make my way to the gentleman.
All right. Cinder, go ahead and roll me a investigation or perception, your choice, as you're looking through the aisles with her.
Perception. I may be in the market for a book. 19.
19. Before I tell you what you find, is there any specific things that you're looking for?
I may be looking for something by Greta Gernberg.
Oh, Greta Gernberg. It's Greta Gernberg. Greta Thunberg. I know the name, but I don't know what she writes.
Oh, some pre-calamity, environment and
Environment.
like what happened.
Oh, she's an environmentalist. An activist. Let's see. Oh, I know exactly who this is. Okay. Yes. Looking through, there is a whole section on activist, and right next to it is anarchy.
Okay.
And you do find Greta Grunberg, or whatever you said.
Greta
Gernberg. Yes. You do see some stuff by her and by another person named Darius Boldarin. I don't know. I'm just coming up with the last name off the. And
Maximus.
yeah, and you see that it's a lot of like the Darius one's more like animal rights, the Greta one's more like human rights, and that's the two that you find in that category.
I'm gonna flip through those titles. I think I'm gonna see what's there and see if anything catches my eye. But
all right. You also find a book on exotic pets.
Oh.
And looking through there, Displacer Beast is in there.
Okay.
Kind of gives you a little bit more info.
I think I'll grab that and hang on to it for the time being. Maybe flip through it while Ankara is shopping for books. And I sent a message.
Yes.
All right. Excellent.
Yep.
And we may do some other shopping later on.
Yeah. Alrighty. So you girls are at the bookstore looking at books and things and picking out the ones you like. The Rusty Eye. You walk up to this place nails sticking out of boards, sign half hanging on the top there, just kind of swinging there. Kind of looks like a rundown old Western bar. Has the swinging doors and everything. As you start walking up the steps, you hear the creak, creak, creak. Swing the doors open.
Oh no! I just duck my head and walk under.
All right, you duck your head and walk under the doors, and everybody in there, everybody just kind of turns around and looks at you, and goes back to what they're doing. Guy behind the bar just cleaning a glass.
Oh boy. Well, where we're used to. Okay, so I head over to the barkeep and say, "Rooms for 5. How much?"
Rooms for 5. That's a copper a night.
Jesus. Is there a fancier place nearby?
Well, how long are you looking to stay?
2 weeks.
Oh, shit. 2 weeks? What the hell you got going on here for 2 weeks? Business. I'm not used to tourists walking in here looking for 2 weeks. Most a couple days. For 2 weeks, I might be able to cut you a deal. Let's see, 5 copper a night, 2 weeks, it's 14 days.
I walk in.
No, you don't. You're busy. You've been doing this for you're making money.
You're paying for all this.
Pretty much.
He's like, well, I could probably cut you a deal. Maybe a copper for every 2 nights.
Okay, you misunderstand me. We want something with clean water.
Oh, well, that definitely ain't this place.
I know it's not this. Do you have a place nearby? Do you know someone else? Someone you haven't pissed off lately?
Have you tried the Blue Diamond?
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Okay. Besides there's shit, where else is there in town? There's Sandstone, I think, is one of them.
A ruby place? Is that the ruby
Oh, the ruby art thing. Yeah, that thing. I don't know my animals.
Seal.
Oh, I thought that was a band.
It was. Well, he was.
Oh. Well, yeah, there's that place. That place is if you're looking for the next step up, I'd probably say Sandstone. The next step above that would probably be Ruby, and then there's the Diamond. Ruby can get a little risque though, but they got some good clean water and they got some nice rooms.
Thank you. We heard you have good drinks. We'll come back later.
Oh yeah, best drinks in town. You like them strong? So do we.
Okay, good. Yes. We'll see you later tonight.
Alrighty. There is a fighting ring tonight. Hope that doesn't deter you away.
Oh no, I got someone who'll be perfect.
Alrighty then. Well, you have a good day there, sir.
You too, sir. Thank you. Keep cleaning your glass.
Yeah. He sets it down on the counter and grabs another glass and starts cleaning it. Yeah, pretty much. So where are you headed next? There's Sandstone or Ruby Seal?
Ruby.
Alrighty. You're heading off to Ruby. Magpie, 3 more rolls.
All right.
All right, so you found your books. Looking through the books and things, you found some interesting information that may help you in future endeavors. Is there any of these books that you'd like to purchase, or?
Yeah, I'm looking to purchase the handful of books that I have if they're a decent price. And I'll read them over the next 2 weeks and come back if I need more.
Alrighty.
I know what we call the next episode. It's called Magpies in Prison.
You find this time 5 silver, 8 copper, and 7 gold.
And he owes somebody a dance at the Rusty Nail.
He's about to grab a rusty nail.
Okay,
I rolled a 2. I almost rolled a 1 on one of those.
Yeah. Say that one more time.
It was 7 gold, 8 silver, and 5 copper, I believe, is what I said.
All right.
If not, that's what it is now.
Added to my pockets.
All right. As you guys walk up to the clerk there at Dowries, he's like, "Oh, you found you some books there. Oh, nice ones I see here. Some older ones, some newer ones, some interesting ones. For all of them, since you're buying quite a few of them at one time, I could probably see. That's 2, 7. Call it 5 gold."
Excellent. Do you have parchment by chance, or just blank scrolls that I could also purchase from you?
If you're looking for scrolls, there is a place across the way there. They have all sorts of paper goods, threads, and things that people use for all sorts of different crafting activities and stuff.
Excellent. You said how many gold?
That would be 5 gold for everything there.
Excellent. I'll give the man 5 gold.
Oh, well, thank you very much. And if you need anything else, remember to stop by Dowries. We have books of all kinds.
Thank you kindly, and I'll bow deeply.
That
Thank you.
doesn't include the exotic animals book, does it?
Yes,
Yeah, is
that
that for
includes
all
all
of
of
them?
it. He
Oh,
added all of
wow.
it together. He gave you a big
Oh
package
my.
deal.
I bow deeply.
All
Start
right.
the car. Start the carriage.
Horses.
I'll look for the scroll vendor, and I'll be looking to buy enough scrolls to make a book out of and continue my book journaling bard adventures.
All right. As you look around, right across the street from where he was, you see McLanford's Crafts and Things.
I will enter.
All right. And standing behind, you see a woman with black hair. And she's sitting there, and she's got some needle and thread and some different fabrics and things, and just stitching things together.
I'll wave from behind the counter because I'm small, and I'll try and get her attention.
Oh, yes. Well, yeah. What can I do for you?
I'm looking to purchase some scrolls. The gentleman across the way, Mr. Dowry, recommended your place.
Oh, I have papers of all kinds of colors. I have reds and blues and greens. I have standard parchment. I even have some magical parchment in the back. My name is Sarah, by the way.
Sarah, lovely to meet you.
Oh.
I'll look at the colored papers. How much do you charge per sheet, I guess, or scroll?
Per sheet? I don't normally do per sheet. You pick out 20 of them. It's a copper. And as she's doing this, she kind of like sets the cross stitch that she was doing to the side, and it just keeps on stitching itself. And she's like, "Well, you pick 20 different colors. That's going to be copper. If you're wanting some of the standard parchments, or even I do have some notebooks in the back. Those are going to run a little bit higher. Depending on how nice of a notebook you want, it could be anywhere from 5 copper to about 8 silver. Magical parchments, of course, those run a little bit higher, a little bit harder to come by, but I do have those as well."
Understandably. Cinder, is there anything that you're looking for? I'll be interested in notebooks myself and some of the colored papers.
Not at the moment. I'm just having an amazing time looking at this exotic animals book. I didn't know this about displacer beasts. I've been doing this wrong since I met Mischief.
Then, yes, if you could show me to the notebook.
Oh, yes, they're right this way. And she brings you over, and she starts pulling out all these notebooks. And there's leather bound, there's metal bound, there's spiral, there's college roll, there's standard, there's so many different types. Are you wanting something in the leather variety? Are you wanting something more metal and hardy? Do you want something that's sealed that way that nothing else, no liquids or things could get into it?
I'll just stand in amazement at the books. Half of them I wouldn't have seen any of the ruled type before.
Yeah.
Leather is what I'm more comfortable with, or just a stitched book, cloth stitched or otherwise.
Okay. More of the standard package. Would you like any jewel encrusted, bedazzling? I could even sew something up on the front of it if you would like.
You know, if I could say surprise me, and if you could make sketchbooks, I would love to buy 10 from you.
10 sketchbooks. Okay, 10 sketchbooks. I'd say that's probably about 5 silver a piece. Yeah, how does that sound? That would be
That
50
sounds
silver or
fantastic.
5 gold.
I will hand over 6 gold and graciously put it in her hands and just clasp them and just thank her graciously for the books.
Yes, well, I'll go ahead and give you these 3, and she hands you a just brown leather-bound notebook. Has 80 pages in it. She hands you a greenish-brown colored notebook with some light filigree in the leather, metal clasp that buttons. Looks exactly like this one here. And she also hands you just a white leather notebook. And she said, I'll work on a couple of other ones for you.
Excellent. We'll
Just
be
come back
here
and
for
see
a
me.
number of days, so no huge rush if you get any other orders. I'm sure we'll be here for a while.
Okay, sounds good. Yes, if there's anything else you need, please stop by. Parchments of all kinds, crafting goods, threads of all color and shapes and sizes.
Excellent. I'll take note of what she has, and then I guess find my way to Cinder, and we can go wherever she wants. I have everything I need, so.
All right. Is there anywhere that Cinder needs to go, or what are you looking for?
I think we're just gonna maybe buddy and go see what's shaking at Morium's Emporiums.
All right.
Hmm.
All right. So are you heading to a magic shop or are you heading to Morium?
A magic shop, hey? We're shopping.
All righty. Seamus, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm just doing blacksmith stuff.
All right, you're blacksmithing. Go ahead and roll me a charisma. Say check.
Oh boy. 4.
4. You're working away, not saying much.
Okay.
Through this, you get some of the pieces built together. You kind of just have your head down and you're working.
Okay.
All right, Moria Magpie.
Yes.
Roll me a perception check, actually.
All right. That's gonna be 21.
Alrighty, a 21. Now roll me a sleight of hand check.
Okay. That's gonna be a 15.
Alrighty. As you go up to this person and go to pick their pocket, you notice these pants are a little bit nicer. You notice that
Okay.
these pants are a silken white, and that as you start looking up, it's a tailored coat with a white top hat. And as you reach into his pockets, you find 20 gold, 3 platinum, and that's what you get.
20 gold, 3 platinum.
Yep.
Good haul.
Yeah, I think I'm going to I'm going to go and find the party now.
Alrighty, you know that the girls are shopping and Moriam is out going door-to-door hotel shopping.
I'll meet up with Moriam.
Alrighty. Alright, Moriam. You're walking up to the Ruby Seal. And from inside, you can hear some music playing. You see that there's red tapestries hanging from the front.
Yep.
Beautiful mahogany door. Not as nice as the diamond, but
Okay.
it's a nice door. You walk inside. Up on the stage, you see about 5 girls kind of dancing around, and you see one right in the middle just singing. Go ahead and roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Because I'm tired of shopping. Ooh.
An 8. You are pretty mesmerized by this singing. It sounds absolutely beautiful. You don't even notice the girls dancing or anything else. This song is speaking to your soul.
It affected me physically? Wow.
Yeah, you're almost would say that you're charmed.
Okay.
But as you're sitting there and you're listening and you're just kind of going along with the music, somebody comes over and they touch your shoulder and they're like, "Excuse me, sir, can I help you?" He kind of snaps you out of it, and you're like, "Oh, right, rooms." All right.
Rooms, please.
Yes. For rooms, how many are you looking for? For how long?
5 rooms, approximately 10 to 14 days.
10 to 14 days, 5 rooms. Let's see, that's 14, 5, that's 50. Okay, so I'm going to say that's probably going to be... How does 8 silver a night sound?
Amicable.
Amicable? Very nice. No, I mean, we do have lover suites if anybody's bunking together or anything like that. No, just standard rooms, 8 silver a night. Then that would be math. This clear 8, 14, 112 silver for 2 weeks, and you can pay half now, half later, or however you'd like to do it. We normally we at least take half down.
Okay, I gave it to them in full.
In full? Oh, well, thank you. And here is your keys. 5 keys are presented in front of you, all with red-looking seals as the little key tag. And you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those are your rooms. And they're like, if you would like to enjoy any entertainment, we do have open mic nights every Thursday. Also looking for talent and all sorts of different acts. Of course, the Ruby up there, she's the main act, but we allow side performances, and who knows?
We might take you up on that then. We have some very talented people here.
Oh, well, that's good to know. Be looking forward to it. If you're looking for drinks or anything, the bar's right over there. Other than that, your rooms all have their own private bathrooms and showers and all of those good things.
Good. I will now go find everyone. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Alrighty. As you walk out and you're walking down the street kind of towards the shopping district area, smack right into a magpie.
Moriam, lodgings you found?
Out of a keychain.
Red light district, fascinating choice. Magpie has bad feeling about this. Take.
Feel all you want. I don't care. I don't care what you're feeling today.
That costs
You
extra.
feel what or who you want. It's up to you. Let's go find the girls.
Who peed in Morium's Cheerios?
I'm tired of dealing with people. I'm peopled out today. Take me to the girls.
All right.
Bramble does surprise.
You guys are at McLanford Crafts. And as you guys are walking out and kind of just taking in the scenery, looking around at different shops and things, and you're heading over towards the magic shop, you guys bump into Magpie and Morium as you reach right in front of Mysterio's Magics and More.
Magic shop sounds fun.
And that's where we're going to end it for the night.
Okay.
Alrighty. Thank you guys
Thanks,
so
brother.
much for hanging out with us. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all the things. If you have a Prime subscription, use it on somebody. And we will catch you guys in the next one.